Receiving content, and we're live, I think. Yeah. Okay. Hello, everyone. Sorry about the frankly obscene delay. I was going to start at 10. That didn't fucking happen. I was trying to render out a video, which did not fucking work. And I'm super goddamn pissed because the exact same thing happened last week. For whatever reason, halfway through a render, it just goes, I'm not going to work anymore. Can't even... It seems to work, but it just doesn't, blah, 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 blah. We have got a special guest appearing this week alongside the beautiful and glamorous Mrs. Sick's cat. Oh no, the cat's not here. We've just got Mrs. Sick. I'm sorry. She gave me such a look when I said the word glamorous. She just threw glitter in my face.
Yeah, because of course I look glamorous. All I'm wearing is a t-shirt.
That's pretty glamorous. That's glam as fuck.
Right, okay.
Bit of the old Vaheen showing off, you know. I can't see it. Just so you know, it's a big t-shirt, but
I was gonna say.
Hello there. I don't know if that's someone turning up or just hearing about. Anyway, yeah. So we've got someone coming. I'm super fucking stressed out. It has not been good. We're having another fucking hot day, or at least we are. We aren't. It's just this fucking room. It seems to be we picked the hottest room in the goddamn house. We're going to be really happy during winter, but right now it's fucking driving me up the goddamn wall. Yeah, we won't be mentioning the stream killer. I know that a few people have mentioned him in the chat already. I am genuinely worried that they're just banhammering anybody who ever talks about let's call him AJ. Yeah. Yeah, if anybody in the chat does know much about using Vegas and fixing things, hit me up on Twitter in DMs because I'll be working on that tomorrow and hopefully getting the video out before the end of fucking time. And space and the universe and whatever. But yeah, I've already said it twice. Someone is turning up. Eventually, he's fucked off. Oh no, I just gave it away. It's a he. It's a Dindro. Of course it fucking is.
We don't know if it's a he.
Oh, we don't know if it's... Someone just put Jones in echoes, for fuck's sake. Yeah. So, I have no idea what to do with myself right now. All I can think of is I want this fucking thing sorted out and so that I can relax. So I can't relax right now, so I'm going to have to just get drunk. Which is the alternative relaxation therapy. Is it alternative? No, it's pretty fucking normal.
Pretty normal.
Especially for me.
Mine's technically alternative. I've got a glass of milk.
You have got a glass of milk. It's helping with your other issues of life and just the world.
Yeah, cows equal life.
Do they?
Apparently so.
I don't know, because cows are actually kind of scary up close because they're so fucking big. They've got those enormous faces.
Oh, went to a museum today with girls.
Oh yeah.
They got a stuffed yak there.
Yak!
I didn't realise how fucking big they were. I was I walked up to it and, oh, there's a tiger there. I know they're pretty big. Walked around corner, saw yak, I went, oh my god, what the fuck's that?
Gasp, milk. You racist! I forgot milk was racist. Damn it.
Does milk make you whiter?
No, it's just people taking the piss out of stupid people and then nice stupid people going, yeah, that sounds right. I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. We were joking.
It's not a people thing. You should blame the cows for making the milk white.
Yeah, bloody white supremacist cows. I mean, they are black and white supremacists. They are the perfect harmony of whatever. Cat, I hope you're not going to go fucking mental, Cat, because I am in no goddamn mood. You little bastard. So, what the fuck has even been going on today? Or this week? I know, like I said, the AJ issue with that was genuinely a little bit scary, and just see, I will never understand the people who are like, haha, I didn't like him, so I'm really, really happy now. It's like, how do you not get that this will happen to you eventually? It's already been happening with the whole fucking, what do they call it? That people making pedo jokes and then getting fucking fired for it. The same people who are getting other people fired for just political opinions and shit like that. And it's just like, yeah, this is what happens, you dozy cunt. The tools you make to oppress others will be used to oppress you, you stupid fucking bastard. It just makes me mad. The other one that was far less Google bait. Someone asked about why I made the title that I did, which is Word New, now owned by ZeniMax. People are saying Bethesda, ZeniMax, basically the same thing, but some guy was trying to sell a game that was in the fucking fresh sealed packet that he just didn't bother playing because he bought it before he was going to get a PS4 or something, and then never got the PS4, spent the money on a PC, whatever the reason. But because he put it up new, they had their whole fucking legal department. Someone got paid hundreds and hundreds of fucking dollars to send some random schlub a goddamn cease and desist letter trying to scare him from fucking selling a new game as new. It's like, are you wrong in the head? I know the fact that these companies seem to think that you shouldn't own things. Like, if I bought something, that's not my property. I'm just licensing. Like, I'm looking at the Jim Beam in front of me, and it's like, you don't own that Jim Beam. You're just licensing it until you piss it out into a river. And if you give it to someone else, well, you're infringing our copyright. It's like, oh, for fuck's sake. Well, someone's on their way back. Fuck knows what that means. I don't know how far he went, but there will be a little poochie back soon, and he'll even get his portrait added to the thing because I'm stylish like that. In it blood. But yeah, just I find the whole concept of companies just seem to think that,
I don't know. I've always seen as if you bought something from someone else,
it's yours.
Belongs to you.
Yeah,
now.
there's just no.
It's like you buy a sandwich from a sandwich shop. It's not like it sort of still belongs to the sandwich shop.
They don't have any rights with what you do with it after you fucking buy it. Or you buy a piece of pottery. It's like, oh, didn't someone try to do that with a tattoo?
Yeah, probably.
Ah, it was.
Yeah, but designs and stuff.
No. It was on this person's skin, so it was their tattoo, and they had a photo taken, I think for a FIFA game or something. And the guy who did the tattoo, sued for copyright infringement. And I'm like, no.
It depends if it's his design, though.
No, it's his design that he sold to another person. If I buy a piece of paint, if I buy a picture, couldn't even think of the words.
Yeah, but when it comes to art, it's weird.
If I buy a painting off of you that you've painted for me, that I commissioned you to do, I own that painting now. That's how that works. So if it's on my fucking skin...
Yeah, but I'm saying it's like, if somebody designed a tattoo or painted a portrait, and then that design was used to make copies of other things, and you used that canvas to make prints, and then someone took that print and put it on something else, claiming it to be theirs, then that would be copyright infringement.
But my copyright of the painting that I commissioned you to make that I own.
If the guy who walked into the tattoo shop said, right, I want this design, I made this myself.
No.
That's the thing.
If I ask you to do me an original piece of artwork...
Oh, no, that's different then. That's my point. That original piece of artwork belongs to the person you do it on.
Yeah, or that you pay. Who
But
paid for it?
if the tattoo artist already has a pre-made, established design, and you have that design put on you, then yeah, it's different. But if it's a unique
It's still
thing,
fucking creepy. Just the
yeah, no.
idea.
But if it's a unique thing, then no, like that belongs to the person who wanted the original tattoo.
What do you think about a lot of these games with cash bought currency? The person pays real money. Real money. The monetization systems. The problem I have is when you have a free to play. You have a game that you pay $60 or whatever for, and then they have the mechanics for games that don't cost anything to make money in them. And you're like, no, you already got your money. You got it when I bought the game. Now that system isn't for you. like the big companies will always say it's like, oh, we could just add this to our phone. Premium currencies. It's just absolutely gross. If it's in a free game, I have almost no problem with it whatsoever. There are some sleazier systems, but even them, you still got a free game, and I don't really play any free games because I don't like those systems, so I want to avoid them at all costs. So when they started appearing in my fucking full price titles, I started getting a little bit goddamn salty about it. You bought and ate our bread, we now own your intestines. Yeah, it does feel like that seems to be what they think.
That's slightly different though. That's like saying you bought our product, and if you consume our product, then we own you.
They have like instructions on the back on how you're supposed to. Like, they're not serving suggestions. They're serving, do this or we'll sue you. If you don't follow the instructions to cook
it, if you don't follow this recipe,
someone kicks your door down and shoots you while you're cooking a pie. Hello.
Hello. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I'm going to add you to the thing. Boom. It's here, everyone. Say hi, you late bastard.
I'll be right back.
Bye. Take him off again.
Well, I guess he does have to go. Bing. Where was I? Pie. Man, I'd like some.
Hi.
Oh, for fuck's sake! You're making me bing you again. There we go. How you doing, man?
I'm good. Did you start the stream?
Yes, I did.
Without me?
You told me to because you said you were probably going to die.
Why would you ever do such a thing?
Because, I mean, you invited random people.
I did.
Without asking.
When I was drunk, yes.
You were drunk. Were they drunk too?
I don't know.
Because they're not turning up, it seems, which is fine.
I remember nothing about the conversation, to be honest. I think I was rude to a couple of them.
You
rude? Never.
Yeah.
I don't believe that. They must have been talking about someone else. Someone else must have invited them.
Some other smoking dog.
Oh man, it's been it's only been a week without you this time.
That's it.
You missed a week.
I missed a week, yeah.
And then you came back again.
Well, we never told anybody it was permanent.
No, but
and we
it's
never
just
will.
You're giving me false hope.
Because we never will, just because neither of us trust me. And that's where we're at right now. I did sort of, to be fair, I did sort of hey, I'm coming back, and it's totally too early to do that. I just wanted to come back, you know? So it's sometimes less practical than I want it to be. But I'm trying. I'm here. I woke up.
Here. He's awake. Did the missus wake you up, or did you actually manage? Because I sent her messages, and you apparently sent them to voicemail.
I set my alarm for an hour after you sent your message.
Okay.
Because I missed a lot of sleep the other night. So yeah, I mean,
sleep is for the weak.
Well, I'm weak as fuck, man. I'm just getting weaker.
But yeah. So, Wagwan, what's happened in the last 2 weeks? Oh, and we can't mention a certain Monsieur Jones because otherwise Google will come and eat the live stream and possibly the channel.
Wait, what are you talking about?
AJ, the man who was banned from everything.
Alexander.
Oh, Alex Jones? You mean?
No.
You mean Infowars' famous Alex Jones?
You mean, and that we hate and are completely supportive of everything everyone ever did to him. Please don't ban my channel. Wink.
I saw an article that says he's doing pretty well.
Of course he fucking is. That's the
like,
worst
duh.
part about it. Like, if he couldn't have had that.
Honestly, it's great. It's great that that's happening.
But that couldn't have gone any better if that's how he wanted it to go. Like, seriously.
I don't think Alex Jones is all that fucking
AJ,
bad.
let's not say his name.
Alex Jones.
You're like putting like fuel on the fire.
I am not actually kidding. Because if my channel gets banned because of this, I am gonna fucking
How would your channel get banned?
strangle you. Because H3H3's channel got fucked.
For what? For saying
For
Alex
talking
Jones?
about him.
He
No.
shall not be named.
It did. Like
No.
midstream.
You shouldn't play that. Even if that's true, that should be all the more reason to talk about Alex Jones.
I don't know. I don't care about Alex Jones.
I think he's an all right guy.
No, I think he's a hilarious meme machine, and I'm very upset that
The
people...
Jews control the media.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Imagine my shock. I think.
That's actually quite a good impression.
Oh, did I tell you? Here, I don't want to dox Kristen, but she actually works at one of the companies that banned He Who Shall Not Be Named. And she did have to deal with an angry customer calling
in direct relation to that.
in direct relation to He Who Should Not Be Named. And this person did name that person multiple times. It was one of those people who called in and was like, "Hi, do you have a technical issue that I can help you with?" And apparently he was just like, "Yeah, what's going on with my free fucking speech?"
That is actually amazing.
I want to speak to a fucking manager about
That
Alex
must have
Jones'
been
free
so
speech.
fucking surreal to just have the internet just pour into your work life and just be
And
like,
then, yeah.
wait a fucking second, am I being punked?
And of course, the whole office just has to swarm around this and like hear it. And I'm like, I wish I worked for a company like that anybody knows. Like honestly, like anybody knows about. Because I don't have a base customer facing job. That would be hilarious.
You don't do people, no.
No, I do people who don't do people.
How is I know that you're some ways along to changing positions and not changing positions and shit. Because I know once that's
It's a
done, you might
complicated
actually
thing.
turn up more permanently, which is why it's
Exactly.
relevant to the stream.
Right now, we're looking at 2 months.
2 months. Okay, I'll wait.
Yeah.
I'm patient.
Oh, will you? Thank you. I really appreciate that. Yeah, it's a complicated thing, as you explained. Technically, I'm completely changing to a completely new position, but it's under the same umbrella company, so they get to hold me hostage with this one while it completely tanks. Which my coworkers, I'm sure, are really appreciating that I'm one of the guys who isn't going down with the
It's like
ship.
you're just sat there on a reasonably small yacht, while they're all hanging on to pieces of wood, slowly floating away. Like,
And I'm like, yeah, don't worry about it. I'm going to be here until you drown.
I'll watch you drown.
Yeah. I'm not too happy with my company's decisions, but whatever. I got job security, bitches. It's a dog eat dog
Money.
world. Corporate.
It's quite
Corporate
impressed
life.
that you managed to like keep the job. Because you've had like 7 since I've known you.
I guess it's going on 4, isn't it?
It's-
No, it's not.
I can't remember, but I know that certain things happened.
Yeah, it's 3. I had a rough time.
Considering it's been maybe 2 years tops, like max. That's a lot.
Everything's been changing around me. It's crazy.
Ah, of course, it's everyone else's fault.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is.
But
Yeah. No, I've had some tricky times. I know it's like whenever you're unemployed, because I was unemployed for a period there. I made that pretty clear.
Yeah.
People are like, "Why the fuck aren't you making more videos?"
Because I'm looking for work, you dozy cunt.
Yeah. Why the fuck aren't you donating like a couple thousand a month on my fucking Patreon, man?
Yeah, why didn't you magog me?
Literally pay my salaries. Pay my living fees,
Yeah,
and I'll make videos.
if people did that, then yeah, sure. I'll work all the goddamn hours of the day. Great.
And that's when they go, "No, you're just not that good." And then they fuck off.
Nah.
Like, all right, I guess I understand.
I completely understand that. Yeah. So before you woke up and so graciously decided to actually join us, I was in the process of editing a video, and the fucking Sony Vegas 15, I paid 75 goddamn quid, which is a lot, but is 75%, 25% of the total price of the software. So I thought this is going to be much better, and it is when it works. It renders fucking blisteringly fast. But the last 2 weeks, it's just crashed at a very specific point within videos because it's having some sort of fucking conflict with
midlife crisis.
Christ knows. But whatever it is, it's a little bit stressful.
It's like 52% or something, isn't it?
This one was 37. Last one was 50.
Oh, it's getting worse. Midlife crisis is spreading.
Well, this is a longer video as well, but it's fucking... I don't know what to do about it right now. I mean, I should have been making sure that it worked all week, but I ain't got time for that. Oh.
Yeah, I speaking of crashing, just be prepared. I'm on that computer, and then I don't know anymore because last time we did it, I crashed. So if I do, I'll pop back on, but just keep that in mind.
Well, that's part of the major reason why I first started hosting all the streams, wasn't it? Just so it didn't matter anymore. You could fuck off for 5 minutes and then come back.
That was one of the reasons, yeah.
And go, ta-da!
And then I was like, look, I fixed it. I'm a technical genius. And then it crashed again anyway. So.
God, if at some point I make like some actual money doing this, I'm just going to fucking send you a computer.
Give it to me? Oh, okay. You're going to send me a computer. If you get rich and you send me a computer, I'm not going to complain. I'm always up for free, undeserved things.
I'm not going to complain. I bet you'd find a way.
I'll never ask you for anything, but I won't complain when I get it. And I will tell you really sad stories. I'll just make them up. I've got a whole list of sad stories, fake stories.
That's an interesting question, actually. People who get pissed off when someone offers them something.
Oh, yeah.
I find that utterly baffling. But
Pride.
then there's the other thing where someone offers you something and they're expecting you to decline. And you're like, no, you offered me something free. Thank you. I like it. Gimme. And they're like, oh, I was hoping you'd be polite. No.
Yeah, best to really know the people you offer things to if you're going to be like that.
Especially, like when we were poor, like we're a bit poor now, but we have means. Mm-hmm. Whereas at one point we were fucking poor. Where I used to hate getting invited out to the pub because you sort of feel obliged to, like if it's at Christmas or something. And I'm like, I'm just dreading my round and when I'm going to have to spend like 20, 30 quid. And I'm like, that's about 2 weeks worth of food.
Yeah.
I don't actually... I
don't
bring
think
my
I have a problem.
alcohol to the pub?
I'm one of those people who doesn't think about it until he's spent all the money. And
then freaks
that's
out.
not a bad... Yeah, then I freak out.
Impulsive.
Yeah.
Well, me too.
Is that why you save
least
up
when it comes to the bar?
That's why I'm not allowed to carry the debit card around with me, because I will spend it.
Bars and pubs are like the longest running scam in all of human history.
Let's be fair, pretty much the entire service industry
is kind of
is like a like come to here and eat food.
Yeah,
But I do that at home every day.
The bar is the most fascinating one, though, because it's like, come to here, get intoxicated to the point where going home is a crime. Get out at this time. Get the fuck out now.
Oh, I've never heard that. That is such a perfect way of putting it.
So the bar, it's a scam in the sense that it just bleeds your money, because the more drunk you get, the more poor decisions you make. But it also is helping out the police department, right? Get their quotas and everything.
Also, you
It's
look
like,
at,
fuck yeah, we got another one. They wait right there outside the bars at 2 a.m.
So a pint of beer is £3, or I could buy 4 of the exact same beer.
Mm-hmm.
For slightly less usually.
Yeah,
And
well, that logic goes out the window pretty quick.
I could be in my house while I drink it
and listen to the music that I like.
Yeah, the music will be good,
but there will be people and women. Sometimes there will be women who are drinking for free because they want you to know that there's women there. Like, it's a scam, and then the government's in on it, people. Okay, they got rid of Alex Jones. So I'm fucking hearing it.
Conspiracies.
Yeah, that's why they're trying to get rid of Alex Jones. They're trying to hide the truth from you.
Stop you being on your YouTube, so you have to go down to the pub.
I mean,
your local police department and the pubs want you in prison and broke.
You can't equate bottled beer for draft beer. I'm not talking about real beer, because real beer is disgusting.
It's got bits in it.
Real ale, it's gross. And I'm sorry that you now have to unsubscribe for my horrendous opinion. But I fucking hate it.
Yeah,
I don't even like
is,
lager.
Beer is gross anyway.
Yeah, lager is gross.
It's what you call an acquired taste.
No, it's what you call disgusting and easy.
This is gonna get me drunk reasonably quickly.
I've been deliberately buying like light beer just because my body can't handle it anymore.
Last time I went out for beer, I came home and I had one of the worst headaches that I've had in fucking years. To the point it was making me angry, like super goddamn fucking angry, because how much it hurt. And I'm like, I'm going to stop drinking beer now, and I haven't had a lager since then. Because fuck that.
I love beer so fucking much that it is ruining my life. I am fat because of beer. Any weight I've gained over the past like 5 years, over the past half a decade, I attribute primarily to beer.
How many takeaways do you have?
What do you mean?
Ordered in food from like a Chinese or a chicken or burgers and stuff.
Ever since Uber Eats, we've been doing too much.
Constantly.
We've stopped, but I don't actually eat that much.
Do you have Just Eat in America?
No, I don't know. Maybe. What's that?
Just Eat is an app that lists all of the local takeaway restaurants that will deliver to you, and it works through PayPal, so you don't even have to to remember that stupid number on the back of your card.
If we do have it,
so
Uber has put that company out of business if we do.
Well,
will they go to gas stations for you?
No.
Is it like a Postmates sort of deal?
No. Most maybe this is just not a thing in America, but takeaway restaurants have like 1 or 2 delivery boys. It's like Pizza Hut with their little fucking scooter cunts.
Okay.
But like every restaurant does that over here that is a takeaway. And there are a lot of them.
There's probably not as much. In America, it's like pizza, Chinese.
It's all too spaced apart, I think.
Yeah, pizza, Chinese. There's always a pizza place.
Yeah, you can get
that's
pizza.
That's the only way we know how to do it.
Yeah, but delivered food is like a big thing over here. And
most places do everything here.
Yeah, and it lists it all together. So any goddamn thing you could think of, you can get at a moment's notice.
Well, I mean, I guess that's what Uber Eats is trying to replicate then, because Uber Eats is basically just, we partner up with any restaurant, regular restaurant. and we'll have a driver who could be me. Honestly,
Yeah.
I could sign up for it's
Of course,
not
you turn up to people's houses with just like crumbs and go.
There's a part to
It's
that
gone.
that's dangerous. Like Uber in general started as a sort of a community cab service, right? Like it's like anybody can just get up on the
social cabs or something like that. That have sold it as the Facebook of taxis.
Just regular people being taxis.
Yeah.
And it's basically get a ride from some dude, which is obviously immediately there's rapes and
there is some massive sketch, and I know that their fucking systems aren't exactly the best.
No,
most stringent.
And then of course, if they're taking you home, they know where you live.
Which doesn't help.
This is there's a problem with that. Yeah. And even Uber Eats has that element where it's like, they're delivering food to your house. They know where you live. Maybe they'll case the joint or whatever. But at least you don't have to get in the car with the person.
Yeah.
And it's always been fine with me because I don't care.
Well, you're a guy. No one wants to rape you.
Yeah. I'm a fat guy.
Oh, well, maybe slightly more people do.
Oh, I know. You have to meet certain requirements. You have to have a car. You have to have a good license.
You have to have a car. Just Uber. So we're giving some guy a piggyback down the road.
And there's probably other requirements. You do have to go through it like a real job, but just about anybody can do it. Trust me. I've used this service.
That like someone does piggyback riding and he's got a sticker on his chest.
Or just someone turning up on a bicycle.
Uber piggyback. Yeah, I like that idea.
There's an app in that.
But Uber Eats
know how to write apps. I don't.
But of course, there's an extra cost for getting whatever you would get. There's whatever you would get plus this, and then there's the social pressure of a tip. A tip's not required, but if you're going to be doing it in the same area and the same people are going to be bringing you your food, they're going to remember.
Well, you'd pay a certain amount to either go and pick it up yourself or to go to the restaurant. You'd either take
but I'm talking about Uber Eats, which is the whole point is to not go anywhere.
Yeah. But what I mean is to be at the food wherever it is would still cost you money, so it's not that bad.
Yeah, it's kind of like you're supplementing gas money or whatever, but it's more than gas money.
Yeah,
so
obviously. Otherwise,
you're paying for the privilege to be lazy. And that's what my whole life has been. Oh, I don't want to do this. Let me throw money at it. Lawn mowing? Fuck you. I'm going to throw money at it.
Just there throwing money at your grass in the garden. Why won't you cut yourself?
I do act like a rich person. I'm not rich, but I do have this fuck, I don't want to do things. Here, take some money and do the thing for me.
Well, we keep talking about it. If we ever make like big dollar, it's like, should we get a living made? Yeah, let's get made. But we ain't got anywhere that's we can't just get someone to hop over the border and just get some Mexican or something. Oh, I feel like a terrible person. Damn it.
We have plenty of Mexican food here. We don't need that.
No, maids.
Maids?
Cheap labor.
Oh, okay. Just
to clean up after me because I fucking hate my kitchen. Because I'll walk in,
Uber
I'll spend all day
service.
I'll spend all day cleaning the fucking kitchen. I'll walk out of it and walk back, and it's a fucking disaster again. And I'm like, this is my fucking life now. I hate being an adult. I want it to stop. But not in that kill yourself way. I realise how bad that sounds.
I haven't cleaned a kitchen since 19...
I haven't cleaned a kitchen since spring there. You must have cleaned up after yourself, or do you just wait for your mum to turn up? Mom!
Kristen's not my mom.
No.
She's my replacement mom.
Yeah. Mom, too.
I left the food in the sink. If we get bugs, it's your fault. Clean it.
I've been sick on your side of the bed, so you know that's your responsibility.
That reminded me of my sister's old roommate. She was really nasty person.
Didn't she leave bags of flour around the house or something like that?
She got it in her head that she liked baking, so she bulk buyed a massive amounts of flour and sugar and things like that, and never used it, and it was just in the corner. And she was cooking pork chops or something. No, it was venison, because my sister said it absolutely stank the kitchen out. She was cooking it, wasn't paying attention because she was on her phone, burnt it. Instead of cleaning up after herself, she just left it on the side. And my sister said, "No, I am sick of cleaning up after this person. She's supposed to be an adult and be able to clean up after herself. I am not. I refuse to clean up after it." She left it. My sister left it 10 days and couldn't take it anymore. She had to clean it.
That's the other thing though. Like, don't be passive aggressive when you want someone to do something. You go, "Excuse me, clean up your shit."
Yeah, I've never had that problem.
We lived a very short amount of time with two other people, and it was such a short amount of time, and it was someone else's house that we just cleaned up, so it wasn't a problem. But I am so glad I've never properly lived like in a household with a bunch of people, because that sounds fucking awful. My brother still does that. He hasn't been doing it recently for various reasons, but I'm just like, dude, you are fucking 4 years older than me, and you live like a student. Stop. You wonder why fucking everything is terrible. You live with other people.
I've been that person, though. I'll be completely honest.
You are the bastard.
I have been, yeah.
Oh no!
It's one of the reasons
I haven't had that problem. You've been.
The domestication of me, which I do not believe has fully been completed, took a very long time. I was pretty much there's a reason that the avatar is a dog, and the only thing sophisticated about him is that he smokes. is that he does something destructive to his own body. Yeah, like there's some hidden meaning in there somewhere. Yeah, but
the only thing that's appealing about me is I'm kind of cute.
Yeah, but I also stink. Especially when you give me a bath.
Yeah, actually, that's true. I think that probably works as well. Yeah.
I don't wash. It's a scam. I smell more. It's fine.
Yeah, I'll come home just stinking.
But yeah, what the fuck were we even talking about?
Let's talk about how your chat's fucking disrespectful as shit. This is like, this started day one. The second I'm back, and they're like, "Oh my god, haven't seen him in a while. Let's be rude to him and say horrible things.
They only do it because
bully him." I'm sick of this targeted harassment by your chat.
Don't they know you're black?
Well, you sent these fucking cunts to my videos, and just I'm assuming a whole bunch of flat earthers and anti-vaxxers and just terrible crazies.
No, they only turn up.
Isn't that what your channel?
Actual videos.
Isn't that what your channel's about? You're some kind of anti-vaxxer advocate.
Yeah, I'm pro letting your kids die, and I'm pro making your kids retarded.
That's why we get along. I'm pro killing your kids.
I typed "so sick" into YouTube search, and first thing that's come up is flat Earth. Underneath is coconut, and then it's just like.
I don't understand why the coconut video. And people had a go at me for that. And said, "Looks like Sir Sick has run out of ideas." I thought it was funny. For fuck's sake. This bird was rubbing coconut all over her goddamn walls and brushing her teeth with it. How is that not fucking hysterical? But apparently I've run out of ideas. Oh,
the joke's on them, man. You ran out of ideas like
fucking years ago.
Week number 2.
Yeah.
Oh God, fuck, what am I doing?
But that was so funny. Just the reaction from like, "Looks like Sir Sick doesn't like coconuts. That's the only reason you could do this. I love coconut."
Most of the subscribers that you brought over to me who made comments and stuff and said that they came from your channel were really nice. There were a couple of cunts.
There's always a couple.
There was one in particular who really seemed to think that I should be the paragon of hard-hitting political commentary or something.
They decided after one video what you should do.
one video where I had an opinion that differed from theirs just a little bit.
Oh, that's
apparently just a little bit. And it's people like that are so exhausting, and I have to learn, I think, to ignore them, because I'm one of the people too who's really like obsessive about the negative, and I cannot focus on the like all these wonderful things will be said, and you know, if you and I don't just mean flattering, you're so fucking smart and great. I mean,
just
like people will disagree, and it'll be engaging and fun.
Yeah,
and respectful.
Well, I thought it was funny, but I disagree on this or whatever.
And then there's that exhausting person who's like, "Oh, you know what? You're right. I might be wrong about this." Or like, yeah, it was like I used a clip, and this person comes in and goes, "You're a fucking liar," all of this, and I'm like, you know, maybe after reviewing it now, after all these months or whatever, maybe it's something I didn't think it was. Maybe I took that out of context without knowing, right? Maybe I don't know.
No, you're a liar. People don't make mistakes. They do lies.
So I admitted to it. I put a pin quote, and I'm like, you know, even this guy's being an asshole, but yeah, I might not be sure about that. So I'm just putting it up there. Yeah. And then of course it was, oh yeah, well, you know what? You're either a fucking liar, or you're just too. This video has been up for a long time, but you didn't research. You didn't do all the research. Bitch, I'm not a journalist. I'm not a fucking journalist. And I'm perfectly happy to fuck up.
Yeah.
I make shitty videos on YouTube. Most of them are comedy centered.
Yeah. I've always considered myself for entertainment first. Like I try to get everything right. But
yeah, you'd want to be. You want to be making a solid point.
And there's so much fucking time. Like, yeah, I could make an hour long. Every video could be an hour long, and I cover every single. That's the one that drives me up the fucking wall. Is when someone says, "But you didn't talk about this essentially unrelated topic." I'm like, yeah, I didn't, because that's not what the fucking video's about. Piss off. So.
I got the how many videos have you made about Charlottesville? Well, the answer is one, first of all, but forgetting that,
I don't think I made any about Charlottesville.
It's like, listen, the absence of a video talking about a thing doesn't mean I endorse that thing.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I am guilty of some horrific shit, right? Like,
I know, right?
Otherwise, I advocate some monstrous things. I've since before the last video, I never talked about pedophilia. So I must be cool with it. No, until then, right? Then I stopped.
Now you are. Oh, fine. Thank God.
Leave me the fuck alone.
Did you get yourself an anti-Nazi pin? I mean, that was the thing, wasn't it? It's basically a Steve Shives argument.
God, I love that. I love it. I love how the line through it was so thin, though, that you really from a distance, it didn't look like an anti-Nazi pin. It just looked
like a Nazi pin.
It just looked like a fucking swastika. Those are the good old days.
Oh, man. Do you know what? I'm ashamed to say, I actually watched a few of Steve Shives' Star Trek videos, and when he stays away from talking about social justice, not bad little videos.
Who is that?
Steve Shives.
Oh, Star Trek video? Steve Shives is capable of good videos.
Yeah, I know.
Capable.
Not
particularly willing.
But yeah, it's really. I like watched them all, and occasionally, a couple of times, he made me cringe. I'm like, just don't bring it up. You didn't need to say that. You went out of your way. You steered off the road, hit the deer, and then went back on the road. You didn't need to do that, and the video would have been better for it. But you know, not bad stuff. He has some insights that I quite enjoyed, and it was weird. But you still can't stop looking at his bumhole mouth.
I think people are getting mad that we're talking. Steve Shives makes round earth arguments. What a cock. What a fucking cock. That's why we hate him.
Something tells me
he's pro vaccinations. What the fuck?
Steve's will isn't involved in a lot of his videos. I'm always surprised when I don't see him with a couple of black eyes.
It's only that, with Steve Shives, I'll tell you, the only actual problem I have with Steve Shives as a human being is his real, serious defense for censorship and deplatforming, and he's pretty cool with the political violence in certain circumstances too. Yeah. Apart from that, if you look at videos that don't like actually directly advocate. It's like, okay, listen, I think you believe in ridiculous, stupid things, but you seem passionate about those things, and like you seem like you're doing something you really believe in. So it's like, you know, if you just weren't such a cunt.
If you weren't such a piece of shit,
Blocking
I'd
everybody
probably quite
and-
like you. I used to
don't
like
like
him
these
way
people, tear
back
them
in the
down.
day, back in the old.
Yeah, you were one of those people
I
who
was
actually was around.
OG skeptic, motherfuckers. Actual.
I mean, I knew about the shit. I just didn't care.
I always enjoyed that. That's why when someone
religion
comes
never made
in
me-
and accuses me of being like one of the newer people, a clone of them, like a Baron clone or something, and I'm like, motherfucker, I'm a Logic clone if I'm anything. Like, I only started doing it because I just felt the need to for certain fucking having kids and seeing fucking scary things taught in schools.
Yeah. Oh, Henry
B.
Loader. I'm sorry. I don't want to interrupt, but
Yeah.
indoctrinated people have strong convictions that's not even remotely admirable. At the lowest level, let's say this: at the lowest level, at least putting yourself out there is somewhat admirable, even if you're just a fucking insane person, right? And I think some of his beliefs aren't as crazy indoctrinated, but the indoctrinated ones really, really boil up to the surface, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Which is why he can't fucking not talk about it. You know, talk about a Star Trek video and then just go off on a big fucking social justice tangent, and you're like, come on! You were doing so well.
Yeah. Just let me compliment them on whatever I can. I'm looking for things. I'm trying to be a nice person.
I'm a big believer in credit where credit's due.
Credit where credit's due. Yeah.
You know,
he's got a really nice camera too.
Like, it's like I'll never. He's got a nice camera. I'll never. I just can't comprehend if I like a piece of media, and it's done by a cunt. I just don't care.
Yeah.
If it's good, maybe it's good because he's such a cunt. Have you ever thought of that?
There's an element of that. And oh god, remember the wife? The first time he did that video with his wife, and everybody was just like,
that one.
Everybody was just like, oh.
I think that's a big part of the reason. I guess that people like you and me are like, we're kind of give him a break.
There's an aspect of it like I don't know I don't actually really understand what you're dealing with, because I've always dumped women like that within a few weeks.
Oh, why have you got nothing but Angel? Because I like the series Angel. Oh, well, that's sexist. Get out.
Do you think it's sexist that I prefer Angel? Yes.
No, I would have said no. It's gay.
You should like Barbies. You should like Barbies and shoes and all of the things that women like, which is to me just Barbies and shoes. What else do they like? Let me ask my girlfriend.
If you start
what do you like?
saying that you like Barbies, shoes, and doing your hair, then I'm going to start thinking you're gay.
That's pretty gay.
Yeah.
I don't like doing any of those things.
Definitely not.
I have one pair of shoes.
I have one pair of Barbie shoes, and that's it.
My Barbie has one pair of shoes. She's not spoiled like the other Barbies.
She's not skinny because of sexualized things. She's.
How do you feel about that? How do you feel about the more realistic body type Barbie?
I just don't care.
I think it's not a bad idea.
It's probably not a bad idea. I am certainly not against it. Don't care.
It's not like Barbie the four. You care. You have daughters. Don't stop pretending.
I call them fat all the time. I'm making sure they've got body problems.
I think it's quite.
My parents did that to me when I was younger.
And now you're fat, so.
Now I'm fat again. Yeah.
Not even on the level of like different races and things like that. I'm more lean towards children who have disabilities and seeing, having a sort of like model basically of them. So, like, you can get Barbies that have got amputated arms and things like that.
I want an action man in a wheelchair that has a rocket launcher.
It's like look,
I just like the.
It's
I like the idea.
little girl going, she looks like me, and it's like, look how beautiful she is. She looks like me. I'm beautiful too, sort of thing.
What is it with women and she looks like me? Women have a problem.
Because women are very shallow. We've already established this.
He looks like me. Well, and black people say that too with their whole like we need people who look like us. It's like
more of
that's such a bizarre thing
I don't
to
think
say.
that's that's not
I
black
think
people. That's fucking
this is only
idiots.
this is obviously my only own experience and stuff, but
But it is women.
One of
Women
my
do
daughters is very egotistical.
She's,
Oh, really?
I think she's
Oh, really?
egocentric.
She is. She's very vain. And
What's
she
the difference
loves,
between
she loves
egocentric
seeing herself
and-
in the mirror. She's obsessed with it. I'm gonna get her a
It's-
mirror. For, like she's like a budgie.
I don't
I'm gonna
think-
get her a mirror for a Christmas present. 'Cause she's obsessed.
I think it's. I
was
think
like that.
egocentric, like egotistic, is when you love yourself. Egocentric is
though.
when you're kind of obsessed
She
with
does
yourself.
love herself though.
I've
I've heard her shouting, going, "I am beautiful." So
Yeah, but we do call her beautiful all the time. I mean, you've got to lie to them. Otherwise, they're just.
Oh, wow.
Well, she wears glasses, fucking four eyes.
I used to look at myself in the mirror and make faces all the time. And when I was very young, my parents would tell me that, instead of going and playing with the other kids, I would just sort of go into a corner, where there was a mirror or something and just make faces and do weird
no,
things.
That's
You were
what-
like, I am so much funnier than everyone else.
See,
They
that's what
legitimately thought I was
that's what-
retarded, I think.
That's what ours do, but they do it together because they're twins.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was really antisocial, and that hasn't changed. So.
I mean, people are terrible. It's weird.
They are.
As someone who's antisocial, I'd rather like having a following, as long as I don't have to see any of you.
You know what? I think there's truth to, like that's a it's personal enough, but it's impersonal. Like, I'm not starved for like that's kind of the way I conduct.
I can
my
have
friendships and
interaction
everything.
on my own terms whenever
Yeah.
I want.
I'm a social creature like anybody else. I need people.
Yeah,
I just need them in small doses.
I need them
Yeah, I'm saying.
behind a black box that I can switch off whenever I want, and that's perfect. That's exactly how.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, yeah, if you're out with your friends and stuff, you can't just say, right, yeah, I'm off to bed, and you're actually not off to bed. You're off to go watch TV or something.
Yeah.
my best mate is his wedding soon, and I have to go on a stag do. I mean, he'd say like if he listen, I don't think he listens to these. He'd go, "Oh, you don't want to come?" Like I do want to come because it's basically my best mate, and I want to be there to support him. But I am terrified that it's just going to be awkward. Even though it's going to be drinking and there's the thing that bugs me. If it was just going from pub to pub, I'd be less bothered. But there's going to be like games, and I'm like, I'm in my 30s.
Social events.
Like, here's what I want to do for if we do anything sort of weddingy, if we ever bother. I want to fucking rent out an arcade with just beer.
Yeah.
That'd be fucking amazing.
We have bars like that here. Gaming bars.
The only thing we have anywhere nearby is a fucking drug den.
That's cool.
It's an actual arcade, but you don't want to fucking go there.
Go get some crack.
You could
hang
get
out with
yourself
your boy.
cut up.
You're getting married. I bet you never done heroin. The old ball and chain ain't gonna let you do it. Now's the time.
You're not gonna get to do heroin again. For some reason, I just imagined it being Kristen offering it.
You're not too far from the truth. Though.
She is. I don't know who is the bad influence out of you two.
I am 100%.
And she's not actually like she is on the internet in IRL, is she? She's actually like this delicate little flower.
No, I wouldn't go that far. She plays sort of a troll character on the internet, which is sometimes overbearing. I get that, but she's not really. I listen. I can live with her in the same room for months and not
even
have a
realize
problem.
she's there. You're like, oh shit. Forgot
No,
about you.
that's you. You notice her, but it's hard to explain. Yeah, but she's normal. She's a normal person, and I have years of experience, so I'm far more fucked up than she is. She's just a woman, so she thinks she's horribly scarred and fucked up. Like, because women are narcissists, as we said before.
Her normal problems are just so much worse. You wouldn't understand as you stand there bleeding from the arm that just got lopped off. Well, that affects me more than it affects you because you do everything.
that age gap, there is a sort of like, oh, you're so you can handle things, and I just can't handle. I'm not as strong as that, and it's like, well, when I was your age, I was a pussy. Like,
Get good.
I mean, yeah, you get good. You do. You get over a lot of things, and then
Definitely
you
get better at life as you get older. Oh,
you get
God.
better at life. Yeah.
Like, talking of being a pussy, oh, fucking hell. I was
now
such a pussy as a kid.
We have to read the chat real quick because they're being cunts about it. Fucking attention-seeking pieces of shit. What do you want? You telling some jokes? You telling some funny jokes in chat?
You usually don't pay any attention to the chat. Why are you paying attention to the chat today?
I'm literally always reading the chat, by the way.
You're like scanning it. It's just normally it's not interesting enough for you to mention.
It's really just I can't focus on more than one thing at a time.
I like that. Got any jokes? Your brains.
Yeah. Speaking of, like, years ago, in my sort of late teens, early 20s, me now, I'd say, oh my God, such a pussy. But at the same time, like, understanding why. But yeah. Oh my God, it would have been so much nicer if I was a lot stronger then. Things would have been so fucking easy.
Yeah.
Just I often fantasize about going back to school with my sort of current brain, and preferably my current strength, because that'd be fucking amazing.
I hate how much I sound like my father lately. And this is so typical, too. It's all the shit that they fucking told you would happen, and you were like, go fuck yourself, man.
Yep.
That'll never happen to me. I'm never going to die or age.
Usually when I'm telling the kids off, I'm like, that was my mother.
I don't know, my parents didn't tell me shit. They're too busy being unhappy with each other.
I say things to Kristen that make me go, oh, man, I'm your father now. Like, there's a moment where I'm your father. I'm uncomfortable with it. And
I'm uncomfortable with it. I'm pulling out now.
You know what she likes to do?
It's weird.
I am also in my 30s, so I have that, it's still relatively new, but I go down memory lane like all the time, right? And it's like, oh, let's watch this movie. I remember when I first saw this movie, blah 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 blah. And
what Kristen God, I do that to her.
Yeah, right. It's inevitable, right?
I tell her this, when I first watched this movie many moons ago, I didn't get it. Still don't.
But so I'll go through that, and then she'll do this thing that I really want to hit her when she does it. She goes,
Does she speak?
She goes, you know how old I was then? Go, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Don't talk to me.
Like, what was it? You went, oh, I was 13 then. And I was like, I was 9. And you're like,
yeah, well, you guys have to understand there's a bigger gap. And
there's a big gap between you
there's a period where she wasn't even around.
And you remember things.
And I was in high school. So we have, just for full disclosure, we have a 13-year wage gap. Oh my God.
Wage gap.
Get me off the fucking internet.
13-year wage gap. God damn.
Although that is also true when you think about it. I got a head start on that too. So we're 13 years apart. So that's all.
I didn't realize it was that much.
Yeah, when she was, I was, I guess I wasn't in high school at 13, was I? No, I was about to get into high school when she was born.
I would have been in secondary school at 13.
Get off.
Oh, you know what? Malleus just called me a pedophile. And you know what? I was gonna make a joke about that in the video before, but I fucking thought that went way too far, and I pulled it because the joke was something like, before you guys are saying it, no, Kristen is fuck, never mind, I don't remember the joke. I was like, no, she's just mentally younger than me, and I was like, that's because I fucked her brains out when she was 9, and then I but I was like, I can't put that.
Oh, I wish. I wish.
Yeah, I mean, it's the kind of thing I do.
Yeah.
But
I
but
mean, not IRL. You're not actually a paedophile. Just to
in the
make that
moment,
clear.
I was just like,
That's so funny.
ah. It's very rare that I pull something, but I was just like, oh.
I mean, I get why you pulled it, but I think it's a damn shame
Because I
you
was
did.
also going to sort of be I thought more people would be pissed off because I was going to be sort of going against some people who really do believe that you never joke about pedophilia. And there was only a few. Just one was like, dude, this isn't funny. And I was just like, it's funny. And that's it.
Don't you find that 90% of the time the people you can't joke about that, they have other things that they're like, well, it's absolutely fine to joke about this thing that other people are offended about. It's like, do
There
you
was a
get...
video of somebody who was like, I get dead baby jokes, I get murder jokes and everything, but pedophilia jokes normalize pedophilia, all because of one Salon article that was insane. You know, like, and that everybody thought was insane. I love the idea of normalizing something by making
Why
fun
does
of it.
pedophilia turn up in this stream every fucking week?
I was just about to say that.
Because we want to fuck kids.
I mean, we're normalizing talking about it, and you know what? It's always fucking don't fuck kids. It's not even hard.
There's
It
always an
shouldn't be. They're
underlying...
kids. Damn it.
I mean, fuck kids, just not literally.
What's the first joke Mrs. Sick ever told me?
Do
you know what I think about child abuse? Fuck them. And I'm like, damn, that's fucking savage. Love it. Just grow up. It's mostly the hypocrisy of the people who do get pissed off about it that really fucks me off.
Oh yeah, because they're all skeptic-ish, right? They're most
some of them.
the people I was focusing on were the conspiracy. A lot of people were like, "Why didn't you focus more on Rule 4? Or, use the left's tactics against them, blah blah blah, whatever." I have my own opinions about that, but I felt like it would make my video more boring, and I just wanted to fuck with people who think that this is like Pizzagate conspiracy.
But I think it didn't piss off as many people as you wanted it to. Deep down.
You were right about everything. It got remonetized too. That I don't fucking understand. I mean, I watch.
Well, you got a decent number of views in the first week, so you got flagged for remonetization and all.
Yes, but like, do you like? There's people like PewDiePie and like the mainstream YouTubers who are now like bleeping out words, like swear words, and I wonder if maybe it gets a little more harsh on you if you're bigger, because I said fuck kids how many times in that video? Like,
I don't know how the system works. One of my most recent videos is like it's called Atheists and 99% Evil. It's fucking not anywhere near to what I would call my worst or one of my worst videos. I do not understand, but it has been permanently demonetized, and I'm like, why though? And
because it's
stuff.
obviously religious.
Last week I did a video that was essentially about Islam, and that was fine.
Right. Well, it's definitely not just swear words, so I think everybody's bleeping themselves unnecessarily, unless there's something else.
I've had videos with a lot. I've decided I've toned down my swearing, mostly just because I think I've always used it as somewhat of a crutch, whereas I can be cleverer, and then I can use them as a more impactful thing.
Yeah.
The less I use them. But no, like I've had videos where I've just been, that's the mood I've been in that day, and I will just I'll swear like a sailor. Yeah. And these streams, near constant fucking swearing, and they'll be fine.
Yeah, I don't know how any of this works, but I'm just so surprised because I would say the least family friendly thing you can talk about is pedophilia.
Yeah. And almost all of my streams have had it in it at some point, and they're all monetized for.
So here I am. Yeah, here I am, like worried about like the last time we streamed. It was just before I put it out, and you'll hear me going, "I think this one might be taken down." What the fuck? How does it get demonetized? Like, I don't know. Makes no sense.
I mean, the biggest problem is the system is intentionally ambiguous. I mean, personally, I'm sick of having to fucking talk about it, but it is. Still a major concern.
Well, here's the thing, though. What I don't understand is presumably when you appeal and they give you your monetization back, a real life person
It's supposed to have watched
watched
it, yeah.
your video.
Well, I've recently taken to watching.
I'm thinking maybe not.
Well, I've noticed, at least of late, that I'll get several extra views on the video while it's still in an unlisted state. And I'm waiting because I like to wait to get actually properly monetized before publishing, because at the end of the day, that's money that I'm theoretically entitled to. But there are actual views that appear on it. And I don't know how their system works. I wish it was a little bit less opaque.
I don't know why they can't just be transparent about how their system works.
I don't
really
know.
kind of, is it that bad, or is there some kind of, well,
Hello, Jack Bauer.
Is it like a secret code thing where it's just like, we don't want to expose how everything works, because then someone can just make their own version of YouTube.
No, that's.
Well, yeah. I mean, you give them.
I get why they
tools
don't tell
to
you
fudge it. Yeah.
how. I get why they don't tell you how to make a video that's popular. But why the fuck wouldn't they want us to be making videos that can get monetized? Because that's how they make money.
Maybe they're just breaking their rules for smaller YouTubers so that they can kind of collectively get all that money. Because big YouTubers are censoring, and I'm wondering, there's got to be a reason.
Maybe because they can't get away with it.
If I'm fucking PewDiePie, though, I want to avoid the initial demonetization because
that's where you
putting
make
out a
all your
video
money.
Yeah, I'm doing it every day. I don't have time to wait around for everything to
Actually,
live.
looking at PewDiePie, like each time his video is monetized, like even if he makes a fraction of what I'd make on a properly monetized video, holy shit, just a lot of money.
Oh, Rags is streaming. Yeah, go watch Rags.
Yeah,
Hey, we don't care about you. So,
if you want.
I watched half of his new video.
I guess
I watched half of his new video. And it's really good so far, but it's so long.
I used to watch Rags, but I just don't have the time anymore. He always makes full-on videos, which is great. It was great when I didn't have other fucking stuff to do.
You should start listening to Rags when you're on the go, when you're on the rag.
When you're on the go. I just thought, well, you're having a shit. But I got a 3DS for that, so...
you should try to get Rags back in here one day.
It's not hard. I just ask him and he just turns up.
He tends to turn up. He's really good about that.
Yeah. He's my boy.
Yeah, I miss everybody. I miss everybody. That's...
Unlike other dogs.
Well... He's consistent. He makes actual content. Blah blah blah. Blah. He cares about his audience. Who cares? Like, not everybody can be Rags, okay? Jesus. He's got a fake voice. He's got a fake TV show host voice. He puts that on. I bet he sounds really fucking different.
As soon as we stop streaming, he's like, "All right, guys, I'll see you later."
Yeah. Yeah, we know things.
We know things, no secrets. We're part of the cabal. Do you know what? I found myself less and less interacting with other YouTube as well. And I realised this, like, today. Miss Misa was complaining about not liking doing political stuff. And I said, come join me in the land of milk and honey. That is pseudoscience in general.
Yeah.
Our angry people are much, much funnier.
Which is
true.
See, now the problem is we were complaining about people who think you're meant to have you're meant to be held to the standards as like a mainstream journalist, and it is like the content...
I would want to be held to the standards of a mainstream comedian, which is be funny.
But you do have content that lends itself more towards, okay, I care a little bit more than I would if I was just making a video about some Twitch thought or whatever. Like, I care a little bit more because obviously the things I'm talking about.
Certainly like to be like scientifically accurate.
Yeah, when you're fucking with pseudoscience, you want to have some basis in fact.
I mean, anything that isn't what they're saying is generally more factually correct. But yeah. Well, I spend a lot of time. I spend a lot of time researching now, but I enjoy it. That's why. That's why this became more of a thing. Because, like I said, the angrier people are funnier. Because I don't know. There's something about someone who's like, I don't know. I really don't know why I find them so much funnier. I mean, it's all pseudoscience as far as I'm concerned.
I do, because they're so passionate about something so ridiculous.
It's
the flat earthers are incredible. They're incredible.
Oh, the flat earthers are just a mate. This is why I end up.
I think, yeah.
Your one of your flat Earth videos got shared on Flat Earth Society's thing on Facebook.
I'm sure. Yeah.
One of my videos is like 109,000 views, which is goddamn insane.
Hey, that's the thing. They hate your guts, but they help you out so much.
They just can't stop looking.
Stop watching my stuff.
And when they turn up on maths, every single time they turn up on maths, and I can have like a string in a row of 20 hate comments, I make a video. I take them verbatim, all of them, and I just read them out and laugh. Basically,
you do a whole video on that.
Yeah, and it's a long video, and it's a fucking funny video, and I just get to make fun of them, and it's great.
Are you going to do videos about people that believe the directed energy weapons are
Jews, and how they're responsible for California fires? You want me to discuss how the Jews are responsible for California fires? I feel like someone's trying to make me say something. I would have. There's such a better way to put that. But there are directed energy weapons. That's a thing that people in conspiracy fucking. They are so much fun. I love them. I love it when I tell them that I don't take them seriously, and they go, "Well, why did you make a video then?" Because you're funny. Oh, no, you're scared of us. No, you're really, really funny.
Oh, God, please keep believing that.
Oh, no. And I am under the impression that unlike the political stuff, they're less likely to flag because they think that the system is against them, which it...
Has anybody actually accused you of being, like, funded by George Soros or
not George Soros, but I've been accused of being a shill, of working for big companies. Do you actually today on Twitter, do you know Miles Power?
I know the name.
He's a guy who does good versions of what I do.
Okay.
And someone told him
those are so boring though.
He's not boring. He's quite good, and he's also incredibly handsome.
Oh God, you're so gay.
Oh, I'm the gayest. For Miles Power, I'd be so gay.
You're gay for a lot of people.
Yeah, I'm gay for you.
Dudes, man.
I'm gay for Kristen. Gay for Mrs. Sick.
Yeah, you just threw women in there to obfuscate the fact that you're kind of a fact.
Well,
sure.
I mean, Kristen and Mrs. Sick being women. Are you sure? Are you convinced?
Well, they're female.
Yeah, exactly. It's still pretty gay to like them. I mean, you're a bit gay.
She does that. Yeah, she'll do that where she says something really sweet and sincere, and I go, "Oh, I love you," and then she goes, "You faggot."
Goddamn fag. And then she smack you across the face.
It's so seamless. Like, it's such a stupid joke, but it's so seamless that it always gets me. Like, she always tricks me.
An obvious joke. And,
yeah.
Well, yeah, that's what I was going to say. This guy on Twitter, and he's just like, he shared a thing about some fucking courtroom had given someone a bunch of money because of a thing that is scientifically illiterate. It's not true, but they're like, aha, look, you see, fucking this courtroom case. And it's like, science isn't decided in the courtroom, it's decided by fucking doing science. And someone said, unless you're a chemist or a blah de blah. And it's like, he is a fucking chemist.
Unless
He's
you're
literally an organic chemist. He does chemistry.
Yeah, said, unless you're a biologist or a chemist, go away or something.
Yeah, shut your fucking mouth. And it's like,
what does that say about them and all their fucking theories?
His
they're
response
not
was,
biochemists.
"Do you remember how much research they always do?" Love it. Yeah. So they're a lot of fun. They're a lot of fun, and it's nice to be on a rather simple side of. I like hard sciences because I know generally where I stand with them, and I also like when I fuck up, when I make a mistake with hard science, it doesn't hurt to admit you're wrong in that.
Yeah.
You know, when it's not even because it is just wrong. Whereas if someone says I disagree with you, you're wrong because I don't agree with you. It's like, well, that's not. There is no fucking right or wrong here. There's just let's figure out what's the closest thing that doesn't fucking kill everyone. You know,
Yeah.
so fuck off. So that's one of the reasons I like it and I also like learning things. Because you should learn. So I'm going to try and get everybody else let's just move away from that. We'll all do science, and then we'll all get equipped with flamethrowers, and we'll just burn down the whole goddamn world.
Well, I think I'm just going to turn my channel into a generic, random social media news channel.
I think you should become an unboxing channel.
And then I'm going to flag everybody. I'm going to flag everybody who doesn't like me. I'm going to flag all their videos.
Hot Knife
Is
channel.
this a
That'd be a good one. Hot Knife channel.
a mundane Matt reference?
Yeah, I threw Monday Matt in there.
Do you know what's going on with that? Because I've no idea.
Mundane Matt was caught on what's his Ralph Ethan Ralph's
Ralph
Killstream. He was caught in the just a miserable, embarrassing. He's been being accused for copy striking, guideline striking people falsely because they've been really digging into him, right? The blood sports type people.
Yeah,
and he got caught being guilty of that in a really humiliating stream, and it is pathetic.
Oh man,
it is pathetic. They basically I guess Keemstar was in there, all the Dramarama people that if you're guilty of something you don't get in a stream with, like Medicare. Like
people whose sole purpose it is to find out your smallest fuck ups.
I'm making a video. I don't want to promise this because I still am not married to it, but
okay, just say you're interested in.
I'm interested in possibly making a video,
maybe kind of
about something else that's similar to this, and I'm finding it really hard not to reference it and talk about it a little bit because it is like there is this double standard that has to be addressed, which is that certain people who would say this is a big deal if it was done by either somebody on the left or somebody in blood sports or whatever are dismissing this as fucking drama on the internet. They're not condoning it, but they're kind of like, it's drama on the internet, and it's like I'm not happy with that. I'm not comfortable with that kind of defense. Like if you fucked up in a big way, it's like I get that people are friends and they don't want to like blow out their friends, but like if you fucking did something like that, I'd be the first to condemn you. I'd still be your friend because I don't necessarily think what he did is like the most evil thing on the planet or anything like that. It's an impulsive, petty thing.
I would like if you started doing stuff like that, I'd be like, come on, are you actually a fucking child?
But you wouldn't be like, I don't
ignore him.
Yeah. Yeah, if people are making you mad on the internet, I understand the impulse.
If someone is fucking with your livelihood in a distinct way, I can getting fucked off about it. But someone talking shit about me, like, I don't know, I've started backing off of comments recently, just because, like we were talking about before, you just hone in on that one comment by someone who didn't watch the video. So first of all, you end up watching the whole fucking video back again to make sure that thing that they said isn't true. Because I can't remember what I fucking said yesterday, let alone in a video from 6 months ago. And then it turns out I was right. I didn't say that because I don't believe that. So why would I have said that? and then it turns into a vicious cycle. So it's best just not to interact with negative people.
Cycle of self-doubt as well.
Yeah,
and it's like that's why I'm trying to be. I was trying to be understanding when he got blown out for other things before, and I don't really like his content. To be fair,
it's not someone I watch.
He lives up to his name, in my opinion. It's not bad content. It's not good content. It's middle of the road. I made content, and whatever.
If he walked up to you and said, "What did you think about my content?" You'd say, "It's mundane, Matt."
It's a dad joke. It's a dad joke, but it's accurate. So, like, I still, I want to be a little more charitable with people like that, and I was happy to see Jeff Holiday kind of bounce back from the embarrassment of what he did. Yeah. And it's nice to see people be able to go, you know what, I learned my actual lesson and I'm going to move forward. Hopefully he did learn his lesson.
There's no point in holding people to account if all you do is then hold it over them forever, because then they can't move on for their mistakes. They don't learn anything, and it's just you masturbating onto them. Okay, well done. You're better than them. I hope you never make a mistake.
People do think that Mundane Matt is still flagging. I think it looks to me like he's got a bunch of butthurt fans flagging. I hope he's not that stupid. But people are still getting flagged for Mundane Matt content.
Some people can be that stupid. It's amazing.
That would be, like, it's dumb to do it in the first place. But, and it's also, it's shitty. Like, you also have to keep in mind, whether we like it or not, we get lumped in with this community, right?
Yeah.
And this community does not like even like accurate flags, right? Unless they're really blatant, right?
Yeah.
Like, they don't think you should flag. They don't think you should use the system, because it's kind of a shitty system anyway, right?
Well, a lot of people, like, especially the people, I consider myself a free speech absolutist, so I would never ever use those systems. They hold no interest for me. And there's a lot of people who call themselves that and not really mean it.
I will flag a system. I will flag a video if it. I looked at my reported videos I have to go back.
I don't think I've ever reported anything.
Hey, can somebody send me the link of how to look at my reported videos? Because I think what I looked at was strike claims, and I don't have any of those.
Yeah.
But I feel like I reported some videos that were.
I think I might have reported comments, and they were fucking.
Really?
Ridiculously heinous.
Oh wow! You've reported a comment. You fucking free speech absolutist. My ass.
I don't know. I feel like I might have thought about
Sir Sick. More like Sir Censor Sick.
No, I'm not sure I've done it as Sir Sick. I think I did it in my less. I don't know. I don't know. I genuinely don't know.
Mundane Matt losing. What I want to talk about is more like a real career. I hate doing that. I know YouTube can be a real career, but no, it can't. It's this weird in between thing, right? Like it can, but still, it's YouTube.
I mean, PewDiePie doesn't have a real job,
but like
just a lot of money.
Matt lost. Somebody said Matt lost 1,000 subs just today, and it's like, well, yeah, and that happened to Jeff, and now he's going up. Now, of course, Monday Matt getting on Dr. Phil's probably a long
shot. You mean Jeff getting on?
Monday Matt having the same kind of luck that Jeff had. Jeff got on Dr. Phil, and then he got a PewDiePie bump just recently.
Did he?
PewDiePie did a Dr. Phil episode, the one that Jeff was in.
Oh, right, okay.
So, but Jeff was still going up, right?
Yeah.
And because, the internet, they say the internet never forgets, and I guess it technically doesn't, but it really loses interest pretty quick. So, like, Mundane Matt...
There's one or two people who will never let something go, and I'm just like, oh my God.
If Mundane Matt shuts the fuck up for once and keeps his head down, rides out the storm, maybe he can pull it together. But I kind of lost respect for the guy the second he complained about having to maybe possibly fill out a fucking application, because I'm a working man, and I've always had the mentality that if YouTube isn't a hobby and you've got no backup plan, you're psychotic. Like you're just a child, and this 30-something-year-old dude complaining about the possibility of having to apply to Walmart or something like that just made me sick to my stomach. I was just like, dude,
I don't know. Like, there are ways and
I
means of
might have
making money.
to get a job.
Like having ideas of how much money someone can make, and someone starts doing that. I'm like, where the fuck do you live where it costs so much? Or how much are you fucking up with your ad stuff? Just like sort your shit out. It doesn't actually cost that much money to exist unless you're fucking in America and sick and you don't have health insurance. Then you're a bit boned. But in general, there's not. It doesn't cost the earth to exist, especially if you've got no fucking dependents. Like, I don't understand. And you don't have to like.
You know what? I understand the situation he was in. I just don't understand being so fucking stupid to get yourself into that situation, to where I'm going to go fucking get a $9 an hour job because I didn't plan my life correctly, and I actually for some reason thought YouTube was going to be forever. Like, I like the idea that I can come on here, and if I do if I do get back into the swing of making regular content, which I'm just gonna throw it out there, I'm not necessarily there yet. I'm gonna try more, but I'm not gonna go on a 4 month break.
You are a YouTube cock tease. That's what.
But I'm sticking true to the thing that I said when I was brand new and I had that like maybe 1,000 subs. When people started actually paying attention, I got a bearing bump, so I went up fast in one day, like, right. But like the thing I've always said in these streams is real life comes first. Remember, I streamed with the atheist gamer who seemed to think that he would start videos and then suddenly he'd make a living, even though he's never worked a day in his life, even though he's never been to college or anything. He's just been leeching off his parents for his entire life, right? That delusion is so fucking sickening to me, and it's dangerous. It doesn't matter how successful you are. This is an unstable platform. You're not going to be PewDiePie. That's guaranteed.
Matt is releasing fucking 5,
Wait, what?
10, 15, 20, 23 videos in the last week, getting an average of 10k views. If he is fucking something up if he's not making money off of those, he's a fucking idiot.
I don't know. That is so much content for such a short space of time as well.
He must be constantly fucking working on it as well.
There's a lot of desperation in his videos, and you can see it. And it just reeks of like poor life management.
I'm goddamn knackered after making one video over a couple of days. I just like.
Oh right, God, are you fucking serious? I'm still tired from my last video. It's been. You put a lot into it, and honestly, for me,
I guess it's because we try and make something good.
Don't give people that impression of me. That's not true at all.
No, you're
but
trying doesn't mean you will.
He's good.
I try to make. I try to make something I like.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's very, very, very difficult for me to be sympathetic or to understand the mindset of someone who is so reckless that they would depend on YouTube for all of their life's income, as if it's not the most unstable kind of work you can do. Like, it is gonna go away if you get YouTube money. Enjoy your YouTube money. If you get YouTube fame or success, I also I was a little like critical of like Tonkasaw and people like that for being so fucking, overtly arrogant. Just you're irrelevant, we're irrelevant kind of thing. And I get that that's more of a, that's kind of a bit like, it doesn't really offend me or anything. But to me personally, it's like, I'm so scared of saying something like that, even if I felt that way and I really was that, we're the best thing on the internet. If I felt that way, I wasn't just doing it as a bit, I would be so scared to say that, because there is such limited. It's so fragile and unstable. That doesn't mean that people like Tonkasaw aren't going to do well forever, right? But I mean, you gotta fucking plan for not.
Seem to be like there's ways and means of growing incredibly rapidly, which are not super difficult, but they're completely unsustainable.
Yeah, and I understand. By the way, just in case anybody, I understand that the people I use as an example, I think they know this pretty clear, and they're they're aware of that. And I'm just like, it's just my personality is that I think of me saying it and I'm like, I'm too fucking paranoid of failure, like more than I think anybody should be. It's really probably pathological and
Get good,
unhealthy.
Scrub. I've got fear of success.
I've got fear of success. I do, but there's when it comes to YouTube, it's rational to a degree. It's just not a living. I'm so like people like Rags. Rags is smart, right? He recently left his job. Is that correct?
It was recent, like a year.
It took him like a really long time to do
but
it.
he was
too.
working and not. But he didn't monetize anything. He didn't have a Patreon.
True. And then he realized he woke up one day.
Well, I think there was part of it was us and probably some other people were just like, if you do it, you will make money.
Chat. It's true, but fuck you.
I think there are ways and means of making YouTube more sustainable and more stable.
Yeah.
If you use the ways that make you grow really fast.
That's true.
Unless you're incredibly fucking talented. And I mean just like absurdly capable person.
People like Philip DeFranco Philip DeFranco is somebody who's just got good business sense.
Well, Philip DeFranco built a stable YouTube growth over time. You know, he started very small and he kept at it, and he I think part of it is a lot of people don't really treat it like a job. They treat like they have it in their head that it is like a ticket to easy money. And it can be for a short term, but if you expect that to remain, like you have peaks and troughs, and a lot of people they'll like have a bit of sustained growth, and they'll be like, yeah, and then it will go away, and then they'll freak out, and then they'll stop.
I think if you have it in your head when you first start out, I'm doing this because it might make some money, but I'm mainly doing it because it's fun.
Yeah. It's a fun thing that happens to have a fucking fringe benefit.
Like, and yeah, your benefits are you're building up a sort of like a skill set and a confidence set as you're doing it, and then eventually, you know, your people just follow you with it.
Yeah.
But when you're sort of just mashing out 1,000 videos, going watch my stuff, people's gonna go, oh, no, I can't be asked.
Here's what happened in the news today. What do you think? Make sure your ad block's disabled because I need your money.
Yeah. I mean, I still fucking hate asking for money. And
I enjoy it.
At the end of my current video, I make a joke.
You know, I have fun with asking.
You have fun with it. And I want to be able to do that. In fact, I actually do that at the end of this video, but more in a really, really flippant, I'm sick of making this video way. Yeah. Which is part of the sort of the weariness. That's the thing that I worry about is like being formulaic, and I think you have to have a formula to an extent.
Smash that like button.
But that doesn't mean that you're not taking it in new directions or doing interesting stuff with it. But I have noticed one of my things is I'll start off quite chipper. And I'll end the video being absolutely fucking shattered. But that's just actually what happens. I don't know if that's a formula or if that's just... Yeah, really, I started off in a really good mood and I ended in a fucking foul mood.
Sometimes you do yourself a favor by just walking away from a halfway finished video and coming back to it later.
Well, that's why I've started doing them over a couple of days. And that's why I stopped doing 2 videos a week. Because I decided to spend more time on one video, which I think makes it a better video, and all that stuff. And you know, there's a lot of people. Oh, you've got to make something every single day. My best growth was from cutting down the amount of work I did on YouTube and pulling away from it, but still regularly and stably, for the most part, releasing stuff.
I gotta be honest, I really got a lot of comments on my last video, and I was like, how? I thought everybody left.
They're just waiting. They're waiting in the wings. They're waiting for you to come back.
I really like
the dog.
I really like, contrary to what all of his the people who don't like him say, I think Bearing's got the best audience, and I can tell where the Bearing people are. I think a lot of the people that you sent over were more bearing people. You know, like I think there's a huge overlap, and I really like Bearing's audience. It's always been the case that I felt lucky that he was the one. You know, like what's her name? That girl with an opinion got a bump from Atheism is Unstoppable.
Oh yeah.
And she regretted that bump because there are a lot of fucking assholes who watch that guy's videos, and there is like
people who watch Bearing though, because Bearing's quite a dry, sarcastic sense of humor, and it just sort of goes well with you two and the way that you make your videos. It's
really funny to see the people who hate him, because when you sit down and have a chat with him, he's a really lovely guy.
He's a really nice guy.
Hey, Mystic, super nice.
Hey, Mystic, I was looking at this image of you with the peace sign and holding the cat.
All right.
Did you purposefully make your belt look like a penis?
Yeah.
No, you didn't.
No,
it looks kind of like a finger.
She's subconsciously drawing little dicks. Like where the belt buckles, it looks like a dick and balls just hanging out. And it's right down there, so it kind of looks like it's yours.
What makes you think she drew that? I could have some kind of talent. Lol.
I do have penis envy though, so that's probably what
she
it
is so jealous of my cock.
I miss Bearing though. Now that we're talking about it, I miss that guy. I talked to fucking Sugar Tits more than I talked to Bearing.
Yeah. He's the elusive Bearing. He's another one with a massive fucking audience who releases all the goddamn time. And I'm like, at some point you gotta think, I've got enough money now.
But here's the thing though, what I was trying to get at is that Rags, he's never been specific about what he did, but it seems pretty clear that there's a professionality to it, like a learned skill to it. And it's the same thing with Bearing, with what Bearing did before. Bearing has a established skill set that if everything failed, he could go back to.
Yeah.
There's smart, and then there's and you know those videos tend to do well, and he tends to do better. And you know what it probably is as opposed to Mundane Matt, there's a whole lot to be said for that level of stress being taken off of you. Like security in your fucking life is so like vital to your mental health, right? Like, I mean, and I can see you watch Mundane Matt falter and stumble and everything like that. Think about what's really going on. The guy just had a kid. The guy.
Oh, that was his first mistake.
Yes, and I think he's made several mistakes before that, but the kid was that really sets it over the edge.
His first real mistake.
Yeah, so he's got the stress of the new child. On top of that, he's made some shitty decisions if he's complaining about getting a Walmart application. And to full disclosure, I don't know all these things about this guy's life, but those are two things that for me already kind of define the atmosphere of his channel and how it is after the adpocalypse, which really fucked everybody up, right? So, honestly...
Well, that's one of the
stability.
Other things.
Stability has 100% to do with.
There are places who are very interested, in anyone with a following. I mean, there are lots and lots of small companies that you have a minimum of 10k views per video. They want that. Yeah. So there is no reason he shouldn't be making enough money not to do that. Unless, of course, like I've said, I've never promised not to have some sort of native advertising in my videos. But what I said was, I will have to think long and fucking hard about it, and it'd have to be the right thing.
Yeah.
And I've still not seen anything.
It's like what Rags does. Again, I think he's a great example for this, because I think he's someone we know personally who, not too personally, but you two personally, who I think did everything. He should have monetized earlier just because money, but
I don't think he wanted to, because he didn't want to feel like it was another job. He was doing it for fun.
I don't know what all of his reasons are. I just think there's with him and people like Bearing. I'm talking about people I know who are okay.
You talk about people you know. It's like 3 people that you know.
Does that say pillage and
bomb? Oh, people I know who are okay. But, like, other YouTubers, I'm not quite sure what their finances are, but I do know certain things. What?
Pillage and bomb for the money. That's what I read.
super chat.
Yeah. I
Pillage
am just
and-
staring at that thinking,
Is it
I want to burn
It's
the money.
burning it. It's not bum. It's burn.
Pillage and bum for the money. I will bum you all for the money.
There's a lot of bearing puns in the chat. Yeah. But I think I'm onto something with that though. I think there's the absence of fear makes you work better, and that's what sucks, because in order, like just like in a regular career that's not YouTube, there's still the pressure of like, if I lose this job, I lose everything. That's why you build a skill set. If someone, leave it to somebody paranoid of failure like me to say, the reason I have a skill set is so I can go somewhere else when I fail. And you've seen me fail. Literally, I've had the worst couple of years career wise.
Yeah, it's not been great.
But you've seen me bounce back relatively quickly. And the reason is because I build all of these safety nets as I go on through life. Like, it's not just about advancing your career; it's about being able to fall onto something.
One of the strangest things, like people, like you're saying about Monday Matt having a kid and that being a stressor. Like my capability as a man, as a provider, has increased exponentially after having kids, and my ability to actually, like, my earning power has massively increased since I had kids, because I guess having a focus helps.
The guy who did the super chat, turns out Northerners can't speak or read.
True.
Yeah, she can't. She doesn't know how to people either.
Not for $2.
True fact.
If you wanted to... No, wait. Last time we said if you wanted to read something right, they just started sending out the 14 words in super chat, so you know.
Oh, they were doing it in German as well, so I read it.
Dozy cunt.
Yeah, but seriously, like, it is just, I my initial instinct is to try to be sympathetic, but when there's no reason to be desperate on YouTube. If you're desperate on YouTube, you've made mistakes.
Yeah.
Big ones.
Like, I'm looking at his page, and there's just so many fucking videos.
And they're broken up. Like I believe he would do live stream. I don't know what he's doing now, but he would do live streams and do live stream of news stories, and break each news story into a video, a separate 10-minute-ish video.
Oh, and people.
That's where you get like 20. You're like, how do you get 23 videos in a week? Well, that's because it's not. It's a stream that's broken up into bits. Remember.
So it's even.
What's his name? Angry MGTOW did that.
Yeah, it's low quality content. Oh god, and he didn't fucking edit anything, and he put like 20 adverts in it.
Right. And there's also.
I feel fucking bad when I put an advert, like I put 2 adverts in a video because it's 20 minutes
there's
long.
a video which I don't know which video. I think it's the YouTube is over video, which is my actual favorite video, the one where you can see me getting tired of YouTube, but I did it in a collab. Remember, it's the one that you were in that I wrote a script for you, and then I showed the audience the script I actually wrote versus what I was saying in response to what you said, and it was completely different.
And I just trusted you because I'm
you still mad about that? Yeah. So
I was never mad about it. I thought it was funny.
I like
very difficult. Do you know? There's only one way to piss me off.
All right, we don't need to go into this. I was just joking. I don't want to talk about how you're unfaffable or whatever it is.
I'm totally flappable. Say. It's flappable.
Flappable?
Yeah. I am totally flappable. It's just don't explain how something works to me, but expect me to fucking stick to it. That drives me up the goddamn wall. But you know, you fucking inviting people to the stream who haven't turned up whilst drunk and fucking then pissing off once you've woken up, that doesn't bother me. I find it amusing.
Okay, good, because it's never gonna stop.
I know.
I can't control my life.
It's part of what makes. It's part of your charm.
I'm really just.
If you
just lazy as fuck.
If you were on time and if you had your shit together, you'd be so much less interesting, and I'd have less.
But at least I don't have. At least YouTube to me isn't inherently stressful because I need it for money.
Yeah.
That, you know, my actual real job has that element to it. But like, I mean, I don't know, man. It's so hard because there's little bits that are coming to mind with Monday Matt and reasons why I'm like, you know what, you're making yourself really unlikable. There's one video. What I was saying about the YouTube is over video is that I did actually put one extra ad in it. And I was kind of new to actually placing ads. I didn't really even know for the longest time that you could do that. So I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm going to put an ad there, make some more money. And literally, that was my mindset. And somebody was like, fuck you, man, that's too many ads. And I was like, you're right, it's too many ads. I took it off. I felt like a dick. And that's it. That was the end of that. I never did that again, right? But like... it is
my benchmark
on the over
for
the long haul.
Though,
what happened? What happened though is that subscriber, I probably lost that subscriber right away.
Yeah,
that subscriber,
and no one else cared.
Maybe more because maybe other people were like, I don't feel the fucking need to comment. I'm just gonna fucking unsub. Fuck you with your ads. And like in the long run, you're hurting yourself if you're just not being like you're being desperate. You're not being honest with people. You're kind of fucking them over. It's like he's not thinking. He's just not thinking.
Like you mentioned that. I don't know how, but someone got like 4 or 5 ads in a video because they were watching it on the app. This is not something that I did intentionally. It was like one in the middle. And they did comment about it. And I'm like, holy shit, I'm so sorry. I don't know what's happened. And they like went, oh, I went on the desktop app and it was fine. And like, but that could have... So people could just leave. Maybe he did see like 5 or 6 ads and you were like, oh my God, I put one ad on and they hated it. I'm such a scum. And it's like, it's not your fault. Because YouTube doesn't like to explain anything. Yeah, we put 6. We decided to. We've been running an algorithm that at the end of the video it says "fuck you, I hate you all." We just wanted to see what would happen. We're doing that to random content creators because fuck them. I think that's how. Every time you read a press release from YouTube,
we were doing a little experiment. Yeah, we just wanted to
put because fuck them at the end of it, and then it makes so much more sense.
Suck our dick, we're Google now. It's just...
Although I'm still convinced that there's only one person there who does any work. That's the person who's like checking everybody's videos.
So with all we've said though, doesn't like the adpocalypse situation, didn't that kind of weed out certain people for
I do think
didn't it turn out to be like with Mundane Matt, it's kind of a test of integrity. It kind of worked out that way where it's like, what do you do this for? Why do you do this? Oh yeah, no, well right now, maybe it wasn't at first, but right now it seems very clear to everybody that you do it for money. It's not good. Nobody wants that. So I all of my like all of my sympathy for Mundane Matt is just completely over.
I'm fine with people using YouTube as a way of getting money, but not as a sole purpose. Like money's
money's great.
Money's one of the things you get out of it.
I like money. Money good.
Money great.
Patreon money
make happy.
Money makes
Super
dick
chat.
pics. Who want dick pic or feet pic? That's one of the ones. Someone, I think
maybe we're too humble. Nobody ever gives us money.
Mr. Repsion said something about it. Oh, people wanted pictures of my feet. It paid for my big screen, and I'm like,
the key word there, even though that's weird, is that people wanted.
Yeah, I don't care about people seeing my feet. I'd send someone a dick pic if they give me enough money.
Yeah,
I don't give a shit.
I have standards. I'm a classy broad, but like seriously, like nobody's gonna fault you for giving weird people what they want. I don't think. Well, they will, but I mean,
people will absolutely fault you for it, and I'm just like, but did you make $1,000 for your pictures of feet?
Yeah, like seriously, I wish I was a reasonably attractive woman. You don't even really have. There's a lot of uglies out there who do this fucking lewd Patreon shit where they're basically squeezing money out of desperate dudes.
I thought you were going to say squeezing money out of their tits
for never being naked. Like, and people are paying for that. Good for all the fucking power in the world to you. And these Twitch thoughts who sit there and I understand. There's that there's an issue with like actual
Twitch thoughts like Anita Sarkeesian.
I understand actual gamers who are female being upset about that.
I
Really,
can
and
especially. Oh my god! Like motherfucker, I just got winner chicken dinner, and you just sat there and fucking spat on a controller.
but at the same time, if I could just sit there and spit on a controller,
It's all about you said
good money.
you said it yourself. There's the Okay, so it's about what you can live with, and I sat down and I saw some of the shit before we've essentially banned our kids from watching YouTube now because after spending every single time we put them on and it's like, oh, here's some good stuff to watch, and then we go out and they come back and they'd just be garbage.
And it's
on.
Logan Paul.
Not even that. Just some fucker with some Play-Doh and they put it on an egg or something and then they break it off and then fucking nothing. And it was just this mindless drivel content. And I'm like, I'm not having you watch that. So, you know.
No, they're gonna get corrupted either way. It's
they
inevitable.
Are, but I can
just
at
stave
least
it off as
stem
long
the
as you
time.
can.
I wonder,
Yeah.
there was a guy just walking around showing off his mansion, and they sat there happily watching him showing off a mansion. And I was just like, what are you watching?
We need to make our kids more appreciative of being poor.
Yeah. My point is that these people, there's a type of content. Oh god, burping is bad. There's a type of content that people just shit out. Mm-hmm. And they get hundreds of millions of views because some of them are just these shitty little animations with some fucking Eastern European, clearly a gangster. Mother finger, where are you? What? Kill. Where is your parents' credit card number 2?
Get your parents' credit card.
Do you know what? They're probably fucking missing a trick there. Here is mommy's credit card. Write number in the comments. Turn over card. Write the number. Thank you. I am rich. I don't know how long you'd get away with that, but I bet it'd be long enough to make a lot of fucking money.
And then, 30 years down the line, they talk about, I remember this one kid show, right down the number.
Oh, it's so great. I loved it. My parents, they
killed themselves years ago. I don't know why. I just really tragic story. They hung themselves.
So good. I just flip every card, write down the number. But yeah, this stuff that it's just absolutely mindless. It's a lot of it is. You know when you see something, and you think, "Oh,
one of the ones
just dicking about with shite."
One of them is really weird fucking games.
Well, think about
there's Frozen games, and there's
people just playing flash games. Yeah.
But it's like Elsa from Frozen giving birth, and they just sat there watching it. And like, what the hell are you watching?
I mean, that's a whole different thing where people are making money off of other people's fucking intellectual property in a way that is okay. Yeah, you're taking the piss, but when I was at school, I used to if I could get my hands on a piece of blue tack. I was happy as Larry. I would get that and I would make a little man out of it and then I'd saw him in half with a ruler. Because apparently I'm psychotic. But that is exactly the kind of shit. Basically the kind of shit I would do at my desk at school. If someone had filmed that and put it on YouTube, I'd be a millionaire. But could I live with myself if that's what I did for money? And I'm like, I wouldn't be happy doing that. I'd hate it. I'd hate it so much that I wouldn't want to do it. Even if there's a minimum. I like the videos I make generally.
But when you're talking about actual cam girls, and I do think probably the majority of these cosplay I'll show you my lewds girls are capitalizing on something that they actually like doing, like dress up, So,
at least for now, I guess.
And if you can get away with showing a lot of cleavage and whatever and getting a bunch of money for it, why not? But the thing I understand the most obviously is the chick that sticks a dildo inside of her on a porn site.
On a porn.
while people throw money at her to do more. Like the modern day
I
peep
almost
show.
feel like they seem to make less money than someone.
They seem to,
People
because there's
won't pay you. People will pay you more not to show them anything because they're fucking insane.
there's another thing that they're paying for though. They're paying for the girls are more realistically attractive normally, first of all, and they also interact with most of them, at least from what I've seen. And I follow them because I think they're hot. I just don't
I
give them money.
follow them all around.
Yeah, I follow fucking anything that I can maybe jerk off to, but like I have no shame. I'm just not going to pay them, and I watch people pay them, and I'm like, ugh. They seem to feel like, because these people, unlike maybe your average watch me stick this in my pussy kind of girl, they're actually interacting and engaging, and they have a personality that the people are also kind of falling in love with. They get the loneliest people, I think. I think the porno cam girls get the weirdest people.
Nerds are the loneliest people you will never do.
But yeah, but the Patreon girls get the really lonely, sad ones.
Yeah.
So it's maybe even a risk of stalker. Like stalking, I think, is maybe more of a risk for a Patreon cosplay girl than a straight up porn actress, right?
I guess.
Because they seem more attainable.
Mm.
I think that's kind of, I don't know. I'm just like spitballing. I don't think about it like that. I just want to see ass and titties because I'm normal.
I'm normal. Show me your pussy.
Yeah. I just
Madam,
don't say that because I'm normal.
Show me your pussy or I will be very upset. I don't know. I just...
No one thinks 50-year-old men are sexy.
If you can enjoy it, if you can enjoy doing it,
mm-hmm.
then more power to you. But if you're not...
See, I would enjoy jerking off on you. I like jerking off. So...
Would you jerk off on camera if it was for hot chicks?
I just don't think I'd make any money doing it.
But would you jerk off on camera if it was for big, hairy dudes?
I don't know that matters. I think what matters is the earning potential.
Yeah, but if you knew...
I've just got this weird image of some guy jerking off and then he just slowly brings in $$ sign. Patreon.
Turn off that pesky ad block.
Smash that like button.
I always wondered why there isn't something closer to YouTube. The chat sites are all pretty like, this is really just a peep show. You give me money, I do a thing. You give me money, I do a thing. You give me enough money, we go into a private group or something like that, right? But
yeah,
it's just like virtual strip club kind of thing.
But like I like what I do at the moment.
Look, you got your first potential customer there.
I'll pay you, honey.
Money up front.
He's not calling you honey. He's literally saying he will send you jars of honey. He's very old-fashioned. Is Malleus Semper Victor.
Sir Zophiel says our quality is dropping. I think probably. I don't know if he's talking about the actual quality or just the content quality, but I think we are. I think both of those things might be true. I think we're winding down.
What does it mean by IKEA pod?
Also,
like you have to
also I just
assemble it yourself?
Monday Matt will move to cam shows.
Oh God!
There's a fetish for it, man. There's a fetish for
who was it
middle-aged
that fucking
Walmart
jerked
employee.
off by accident on Twitch?
Oh, was that Darkside Phil? That was
Yes,
Darkside
that
Phil.
was Darkside Phil.
Fortunately for him, his dick wasn't in frame. To me,
I mean,
that's not as embarrassing.
I would say unfortunately, because I would expect my dick to be in frame.
Oh. There are some things that the whole internet thinks is horribly embarrassing that I feel is less embarrassing.
Like,
oh, we were just talking about Monday Matt.
You think Mundane Matt is not embarrassing?
A lot of people got on. No, but a lot of people got on him for something I didn't really agree with, which was like he was before his son. He said some things that are like I think he meant it as a joke, where he was just like, "Oh, my wife decided to go into labor. I guess she thought it was because I wanted to. I guess because she knew I wanted to see the new Star Wars or something like that." I took that as a joke, so I kind of went over it. But then he says something that I think is really normal, which is, "I'm worried that I'm not going to feel anything for the kid."
Hmm.
And people give him a lot of shit for that. I don't get it. I feel like that's a normal concern that I've heard from fathers my whole life.
It was okay with me until I actually held one of them in my arms, because it was so fucking stressful.
Yeah.
It's, there's I don't think dads get cut anywhere near enough. Well, you're not the one carrying them. Yeah, I'm literally carrying the person.
You got freaked
carrying
out.
them.
Right? You got freaked out when they're moving in my belly. You're just like, nope.
Okay, that shit is weird, but I had
creepy.
far more fucking concerns than just, oh yeah, it's a bit weird that there's actually something under your skin. It's gonna break out and kill you.
It's like a horror movie.
Yeah, it super is. But, I was under so much fucking stress with everything else. It's just like, it was the weirdest feeling when, like, someone finally just walked up and handed me this splodge, and I'm like, okay. I'm like,
Splodge.
Oh, they've got such a saggy face.
You're so ugly.
Well, they were 2 months premature as well, so that was fun.
They look like little chimps. They've still got all the hair on the face.
My mum is a little bit. I think she might be a tiny bit psychotic, because she couldn't get her head round why I was stressed out when I was moving house the same week, the same day she gave birth to them. They were 2 months premature, and then I had a fucking stress meltdown, and she didn't get it.
Like,
you're talking about kid stuff. Fuck that.
I know. But were you ever at least internally? I mean, you might criticize him for putting it in a video, especially with the internet being as brutal as it is. But did you have that feeling where you were like, am I gonna love this thing? I've never met it. I don't know what it is. Am I gonna love this?
I knew I didn't have any feelings for my kids until I had them in my hands.
I saw them on the scan, the first scan that we had, and I knew that I loved them straight off.
Yeah, and I was like,
that
you're
was
so gay.
a thing. Yeah, that was a thing I thought Monday Matt got shit for that I didn't quite relate to.
I understand it though, because women have all these hormones going around through them, going, you need to love this baby.
That's a really fair position.
I carried it forever, and it hurt.
It's a really fair position. It's like, that is a legitimate worry. And someone who doesn't worry about... I mean, some guys... I know a guy, and he absolutely loved the kid before anything, and it was just like, oh, okay. And unfortunately, it never came to term. And he struggles with that. Whereas, if as horrible as it sounds, if our kids had been miscarried, I'd have been more upset for Mrs. Sick, who was into them at the time, as it were, But
you'd be there for her.
I hadn't met them yet.
I've seen that too. Yeah, obviously there's a connection that the females have that you don't have yet, and I've seen that it becomes about, oh my god, what she just went through.
I think a lot of people who give people shit for that aren't fucking parents and don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Basically,
yeah, that's the vibe I got for that.
Yeah,
that's the one nice thing I can say.
I'm 15. I know about love and life. No, you don't. You don't know shit about anything. You don't know anything about yourself, you dozy cunt. So
Children are evil. Yeah, see, I just don't have them, and I don't want them. I'm anti-kids. I'm anti-marriage.
He totally wants them. He admitted to
I
me
really don't.
In a long, crying email.
A crying email.
Yeah. Don't know how. It made my screen wet. It was weird.
No, never. It's a lot of hard work, a lot of emotions, and it could die.
And then you'd get in trouble.
I don't want it to do that. If I'm gonna have it, I don't want it to die. It would ruin my relationship. I like my girlfriend.
Is that you want to have the best one, and if it turns out, if it disappoints you in any way, I mean,
you have to get rid of it.
Disown it.
My sister's not maternal at all, and she said before she doesn't want kids because she likes being independent. Like, as soon as you have kids, everything revolves around, like, them.
Yeah.
Like, making sure, oh, if we're off out, then that means that someone has to look after them, and you have to organise all that, whereas now she could just go out if she wants. And she
Or
goes,
you could love it too
Lucky
much.
bitch.
She goes, I prefer that. You're like, do you fancy going out? Yeah, we could just go out.
We're so fucking weirded out when someone has the kids for like a weekend or something. It's like, we could go out now. Do you want to? Not really. I want to sleep.
Yeah, you don't do enough of that.
Oh god.
I've just never been. I've never been attracted to the idea of.
I thought you were going to say something else then.
I've never been
It's going full
attracted to
circle
the.
again.
I mean, yeah, okay. I've never been attracted to the idea of the traditional family. Every time, like, it's been sold to me too. Like, I came from a religious family, and the idea was you grow up, you find a girl, you have babies, and you work forever until you die. So,
you know what the biggest problem we have? If we could have kids on our timetable,
Sinatra says is going to come in. We're winding down. People are getting tired of us. That's how we know when to
he's probably already
stop.
left. He'll turn up and we'll have finished, which will be fantastic.
He probably wants to talk more about Monday, Matt. So maybe we'll do that.
But
I don't know if you got to go to bed soon.
I mean, the kids are on school holidays, so it doesn't really matter. It all depends on her and how annoyed she gets at me for staying up.
Yeah. So you got 5 minutes.
What was I going to say? It was good as well. It's like important and meaningful.
Why are you looking at me?
Because you say things and words.
I'm not listening to you.
Oh, fuck.
I'm
I hate that so
contemplating
much.
if I should go brush my teeth.
Go brush your teeth then. You've only had milk.
Still.
It's not proper alcohol. It's not
Quality
even alcohol at
entertainment.
all.
I don't know why these people don't give you money. It's quality stuff here.
It's quality content. I've heard worse.
Domestic bickering, the channel.
People seem to enjoy it for that, to be honest. It's weird. Like, they
Okay,
come in,
yeah,
they're like, where's
it's
Mrs.
kinda
Sick?
funny.
Is she not going to give you shit today? Oh, I'm off then. There's a guy called,
That's what everybody can relate to.
There's a guy called John Woodruff who comes in and just gives her money and leaves. It's really weird.
Oh, man. Keep an eye on that one.
I'm not bothered. Give her as much money as you want. I know I've got a big dick, so it doesn't matter.
That's all that matters to women.
Ah, absolutely.
They
I
lied
told you
to
about the most offensive thing someone ever said to me.
What's that?
My ex-missus said to her when they were talking, the only good thing about me is that I have a massive dick. And
she was
I've
like,
never
sold.
been more offended in my life. It's like, oh, I wasn't kind. I didn't do all this shit for you. I just, no, that's the only good thing about me. Because that's how much of a puff I actually am. Is that I wasn't like all big manly about it. I was like, fuck you.
I invested a lot of time in this relationship.
I did. Fucking bitch.
That was your first problem. Investing time.
Investing.
Everybody knows women love deadbeats, deadbeat dads. That's what they're into.
Oh,
You don't want to be a nice guy on the internet.
Wouldn't you just love to be a deadbeat dad? It sounds fucking quality.
I don't
Thought
wanna be a
about that. If I
dad.
make enough money on YouTube, I could just be a deadbeat dad instead. Just send. Oh no, a dead meat. I wouldn't be sending the money, would I?
If you got to tell the follow-up to that big cock story.
What was the follow-up?
Follow-up is
Oh, is this the one that you always fucking mention?
we went round to ended up going round to her house afterwards.
It's not quite the same
And,
thing.
Yeah, no. And there was like 4 other guys there, and then there was me and his ex-girlfriend, and we're all a bit loopy and everything. And he went, I fucked all the women in this room, like that. And then someone else.
It wasn't untrue.
Someone said, and I bet one thing as well. He goes, I bet I got the biggest cock in this room as well. And then me and her looked at each other and went, yeah. And the all the guys are proper shy.
Occasionally you have to do it.
You have to tell everybody. Let everybody know.
Well, if you don't tell everybody, how will they know? It's not even something that I care about. It's something that I find hilarious. especially considering it was one of those things that I was super paranoid about as a kid. It's like, oh, I bet, oh, I've got a small cock. Oh God, it's
I'm
like,
gonna surprise you. I'm gonna surprise you right
I've
now.
got such a medium-sized penis.
I am not particularly interested in sitting here and talking about your dick.
Really?
Like blow your mind. I know because people would think the opposite of me, but
No, we
I'm
can
just
talk
gonna
about
throw
his
that out
dick.
there.
Let's talk about his dick.
Ah, right on time.
Right
Right
on
on time.
time.
What's up, Sinatra?
I fell asleep.
That's usually what I do.
I mean, that's what happens when someone invites a bunch of people over drunk.
Yeah,
Dude,
I was.
I
What's
drank
that?
so much last night.
That's been one of my bigger problems. Is that Saturday's the one night I can really drink. So he's like, "Come to the stream on Sunday." I'm really happy that he's doing them later now, but because it's just like, oh, but I'm always hungover.
Dude, I don't know what it was. I drank a lot, but I think
Yeah.
I ate some fucked up food in my stomach all day. I've been like vomiting out of my asshole. It's
That's
just the
delightful.
Yeah.
Do you want to go back to talking about my penis?
Yeah, sure.
Nope. Nope. I like the asshole vomit better than penis.
Really?
we could
Because
talk
what
about
if you
both.
got asshole vomit on your penis?
I don't
Just a
like where
little
this is going.
This is top quality content. That's just like disgusting.
What have you been up to, man?
Living.
Impressive.
Yeah, I built a nice little new office. And
Oh, I heard about. You're setting yourself up a little office. You're like taking shit seriously. Because we were
Yeah.
talking about how pathetic that is earlier.
Oh, I can't wait to do that. But did I even tell you that we're getting a house?
yeah,
Oh, you're getting an actual house.
We're not buying a house. We're renting a house. I'm
Yeah,
never
of
going to
course
buy
you're
a house.
renting.
you're
I'm
not
never
an
gonna
adult
buy
yet.
it.
You need to watch the YOLO song.
I think one of the biggest mistakes adults do is buy houses anyway.
Really? Why?
It's just a lot of work.
I don't know.
I don't know. I
Dude,
just
you
don't want.
realize if you rent a house for like
Mhm.
3 years, you could buy
It's a mortgage.
house.
Yeah, I kind of get that. I'm not ready to do the latter though. I'm not ready to buy a house.
Well, just don't let Kristen put her name on it.
Yeah, make sure it's your house and not
Exactly.
your house. It's not our house. That's what I mean.
Good point.
Like you pay rent.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know. I still actually do have the mindset of somebody who's just like, yeah, I'm just gonna get a little apartment and it's graduating to house. I guess you're right. In that sense, I guess I've never really grew up. I just like having a little place
You
that I can
probably
abandon.
should, like,
That I can
as
abandon. It's
quality
like somewhere
content
I
as
am.
this is, you probably should be fucking buying a house, especially at your age.
God.
God, stop
How
it,
old-
mom.
You're like 60, aren't you?
Yeah. I figured I'll just
85.
die before I regret not buying a house.
You just die before anything
that's the
matters.
plan.
It's something to think about. It's something I just never thought about ever. I am a nomad in a lot of ways. I like the idea of being able to just pack up and go.
You just don't want to be tied down to a house.
I don't want to be tied down to anything. Being in a relationship is the weirdest thing to me.
You're old out of 10, apparently.
Like, I mean, if you think about everything I talk about, I think the pervasive truth is, yeah, I don't want to be tied down. I don't want kids. I don't want to get married. I don't want any kind of contractual obligation to anything if I can avoid it.
Dude, you know, I get more shit when I say I don't want to get married because it's a fucking farce than anything else I've ever said.
I get it a lot too, especially by women. They get mad.
They do. It's
And you know,
it's because
not even
God.
women you're gonna marry.
yeah, no, it's just
And
random
I
bitches
bathe
on
in
the
their
internet.
I bathe in their female tears too.
Because you know what it is? What marriage is to a woman is getting something for their twat. That's all marriage is for them. And if you
Would
go,
you
eh,
people
Is
say
what?
twat
No, I think
properly?
marriage.
God
marriage
damn
is,
it.
I think marriage is money, financial security.
there's no financial security in
For
marriage.
them.
No, there's not.
Women.
If anything, it's the opposite. Because if one of you go broke, you both go broke.
Yeah, especially if you're stuck together.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's fair, yeah. But then there's also like, if
I
you've
don't
got a
think-
woman that's not going to do anything,
Marriage isn't actually fantastic for either party, for the most part. It's just something that you're kind
It
of
really
forced to do. That
really bad.
most fucking modern nations have things in place that the benefits of being married apply to people who've just been together for long enough anyway. So who gives a shit? like we would only get married just as a sort of, I guess.
I want to ban the whole thing. I want it to be illegal.
Someone in the chat said there's financial security when your wife makes more than you, you goon. Like, dude, do you not understand what you just said? Like that, how often does that happen?
Women making money.
Yeah.
Idiot.
I am trying to force Mrs. Sick to make money. She's actually,
there was that study though that the wealthier a woman gets, the more she wants a man who makes more money. Or not more, but I think it's just consistent. Women always want a man who makes more money.
Well, that's
like my sister. She earns quite a substantial amount of money.
She is literally the man in their relationship,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
And he doesn't earn as much as she does, but she prefers it that way.
If he pulled down his pants and I saw a vagina, I wouldn't be even remotely shocked.
That's a theory I've been working on for a while. Is that if a man is dating a woman where she is more successful, she views him as a loser because she knows that she should be with someone doing better than her.
Yeah. Societal or biological or both, I don't know, but it's a thing.
I think my
I really wish
like,
Kristen would make more money than me though. I love the idea.
Yeah, we've already decided that we love the idea of being kept men.
Oh god,
yeah.
it's gonna be such a nice break.
With my sister, she
everything.
prefers being the breadwinner essentially because it means she has more financial control over the household.
But I'll bet you there's something weird there. There's got to be some weird sexual thing if she's that over.
Oh, he's submissive as hell.
Yeah, he's
Exactly.
very passive guy. He's yeah.
Hey man, if it works, it works.
Oh yeah.
He does.
I mean, they're still together.
There you
They're
go.
married. That just like baffled me when that happened.
I don't think Kristen would think. I don't think she has the kind of personality to be like, you're a fucking loser because you don't make any money. Because she grew up not making any money around people who didn't make any money.
That makes me think that it's more likely to come out.
I don't think so. I mean, well, I mean, it is if she's carrying literally all the weight. I think maybe you're right, but I mean, if she made more money and I was the one who could afford to take time off and stuff like that, I would. I don't care. I just want it to happen. I'm not.
I'm just tired of supporting the bitch.
I'm just tired of fucking working all my whole fucking life. This is the one thing, like, you know, we talk about capitalism and Marxism and all that. I always do like to throw in there. Marx had identified correct problems. His solutions were shit, but like working for your entire life is not a
It's not a great way to live. No.
There's a reason that women aren't flooding into these fields just because they can now. There's a
have the right to work. Yeah, but do I have to? No.
I have to.
Okay, I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
Do you know why?
If I didn't have to work, fucking hell, man.
The only reason women worked is because men let them. Do you think if men didn't want women to work, what are they going to push us out of the way?
We did have some antiquated ideas. I think we should be like, yeah, not only should you work, but you should be.
Certain points where that was out of necessity. Like most of the men were at war, so women had to sort of like take over.
Like, oh shit, you aren't incompetent. Oh fuck! If I'd have
They
known.
worked before that.
And it's double the taxes being paid.
Yeah,
like half the population isn't giving us money.
I have absolute like. There's nothing wrong with women working in any way, shape, or form, and anybody who thinks that is a fucking idiot because my money. But like, I'm just still fantasizing about not having to do any work and having someone else do it all. That sounds fucking amazing.
Yeah, but there's a lot of jobs women are bad at. Someone in the chat said I work with women engineers.
There's lots of.
I've met a lot of women engineers, and they all look like Sylvester Stallone when he was young and had bouffant hair.
Oh wow, so hot as fuck.
But there's a grass is greener syndrome here somewhere. You know, it's like the feminist rhetoric of let's all be CEOs now. Nobody wants to be a CEO. Nobody wants.
Most men don't want to be CEOs. Why the fuck do you think that many women do?
A particular kind of piece of shit to actively want that. Like, why do you want all the jobs that make you a worse person
and make you hate life and people?
Go work in construction, you fat
Look
cow.
at YouTube. Look at YouTube. Ran by a woman.
What'd you say?
I'm
YouTube's
still
ran by a
she
woman.
doesn't do any work. I'm still convinced that there's one dude at YouTube HQ that does literally all of the work, and that's why everything is so fucking broken. There's just one dude.
The scene
Women,
shot
Thank
from
fuck
two
he wasn't
people.
shot during the whole
I hate
fucking
women.
shooting thing.
I don't ever think I've ever empathized with a terrorist until that day.
What?
You know what? I might understand this. I might get where she's coming from.
It's a little bit annoying, but just
I mean,
have
that's not
other
the
things in place to make. This is what we were discussing earlier. Like desperation in YouTube is it's
Well,
not
we were
a
talking about-
great
we were
position to
talking
be
about-
in.
Yeah, we were talking about Monday Matt and how I can't sympathize with him because every decision he made led up to this point, and I could see it happening as it was happening, which is like you don't have your life together and now you're stuck. I attributed the false flagging a lot to the financial desperation that came after the adpocalypse, and then I remembered just a random tweet. I remember I might actually have to apply for Walmart now. You know, he was so sad about it.
No.
And it's like, dude, you have planned out that the reason he's cracking up is because he's got no financial stability. He's got no fucking backup plan. And now it's very clear if you go to his channel that it's money centered. It's I need to make money out of this because
Well, it's
I've
probably
wasted
because
my
his wife
fucking
makes
life.
more than him, and she's like, "Yeah, you're a fucking loser." Too.
Is that true? I don't see. You know more about him than I do.
I don't know anything about him. I'm just assuming because I know she works,
Yeah. I mean,
and I know he doesn't do well.
everything he that led up to this moment suggests that he doesn't have his shit together. And then I'm like, okay, well, now you've got the stress of a kid. You've got the stress of the fact that if YouTube fails, you're fucking back to square one in your 30s. And you're desperate now.
Well,
and I just said you should never be desperate on YouTube because you should always fucking know that this is one of the least stable things you can do for an income.
Well, anything entertainment and broadcasting is unstable.
Less so than this, though, because you're acquiring skills that are transferable. Like, this is kind of, you can, I guess, acquire transferable skills, but this is kind of not, it just doesn't work that way. It's an independent thing. You're just posting videos on a site that you don't own.
I think the main problem is that you don't work for YouTube. You work for yourself, and then you have
YouTube has no financial obligation to you.
Whereas if you work for the BBC over here or ABC in America, you are working for a company that has legal obligations to, at least to some extent, protect your rights as a worker, whereas YouTube has none of that.
The general consensus is that or not general consensus. There's no consensus. I feel that this is true just based on that. It's really based on that fucking him complaining about having to get a job at fucking Walmart. To me, is like, holy shit. That just says I have no marketable skills. I'm not a very responsible person.
Exactly what I was going to say.
Like, that's what I compared it to people who do this for a living, and the two I came up with are the two that are, I guess, closest to me, which is Bearing and Rags. Rags has a skill that he can fall back on if he loses everything.
Mm-hmm.
Bearing has a skill. I believe he was a real estate agent, right?
Yeah.
Or something like that. He has a skill that it's not going to go away. He can fall back on that when and if he needs to. And that's just smart. You don't go into YouTube and say, this is going to be my full-time job if you got nothing to fall into. And that's just living 101. I'm not giving like super adult advice. That's just...
Yeah, I'd be able to fall back into either carpentry or go back to Best Buy if I wanted to.
Are you doing this for a living now?
Oh yeah, I make enough to get my bills paid now.
Right, but you've got a plan if you fail.
I always stay like in touch with the managers at Best Buy.
Of course, he's got a plan.
Me.
Have you seen how many guns he owns? God,
oh dude,
I have a plan if things go to pot.
Dude, I have a make money plan and I have a fuck everything plan. Don't worry.
That's the more important plan.
I was literally just talking to Kristen about the fuck everything plans.
Because no matter how many fucking skills you have, there's always gonna be the chance that even that falls through. So you do need when everything goes to pot, I'm gonna fucking rob that bank.
Dude,
Yeah, fucking
exactly.
disappear to
I'm like,
Aruba.
yeah, I just keep a cyanide pill in my drawer. I'm
Dude,
ready.
but
Well,
I
that's
don't
the
understand.
fuck everything plan.
Yeah, I got
You
that.
need other
I got it
fuck.
covered.
You need I live fuck everything plans.
Yeah, you need
Oh,
an
no,
eye
that's
can
my
live.
fallback. If I lose everything from the fallback, I just take the pill.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Fuck it, I don't care.
That just sounds like quitters talk to me. I mean,
Whatever,
Here's
it's a
the thing.
plan.
It's
I mean,
crazy.
my ultimate fuck everything plan means literally having sex with every.
Rape. Just
Hey,
raping
come
every
here,
woman
you.
I can find.
If you went off to 100 people and asked them, "Will you suck my dick over there?"
You get
Four of them
some-
will say yes.
Yeah, you play the numbers. Play the numbers.
But
That's how we all
I
learned
guess it
it.
depends where you point.
yeah, that's true. If you're pointing at the Ferrari, that's gonna go up a lot.
Why do you point?
The
Why
thing,
if he points? Oh,
the thing
God.
with Monday Matt is he
Oh, I
had
forgot
success.
about that.
He
was
had
successful.
He
So
was
you
successful.
had some money saved up. Just
Oh,
a couple of bucks saved up.
But she I also added this, which I never heard anybody say, and I want to throw it out there again for you, is that the stress of financial doom is crippling to anybody.
It's
you learn
hair
that
loss
growing up.
inducing.
That's why I always say, like, I feel bad for rich kids because they're never going to understand that desperation. Because once you
Yeah,
feel
the
that
poor
desperation, you
bastards.
spend the rest of your fucking life planning to never feel that again. You know what it feels like to have nothing, and everybody fucking needs that experience. I think.
I
You
would
do.
say I would feel sorry for a person born rich who then does literally lose everything.
Yeah.
That would be worse than
But
having
you
nothing,
don't
getting something, and
you don't
losing
get my
it.
sympathy when you're in your 30s. You're having a kid and you have to fall back on Walmart. Like I mean,
Yeah.
like, and you're filling out applications and complaining. He filled out a application and complained about it. I remember tweeting to him, like, maybe fill out a little more.
Or
Like,
maybe just, I mean,
maybe do the job thing that people do when they need jobs.
well, that's the thing that pissed me off was you've done YouTube for Monday. Matt's been around for fucking ages now. Surely you've developed you've developed a following and you've developed some fucking skills. There are people who will pay for those things, no matter how kind of shit you are at them.
I don't know, man.
There are ways of making money
I don't know if it's a
continuing
lot.
forth.
Because I don't think Monday Matt does anything that I don't do. I mean, and I don't think I'm particularly skilled. I don't think I can transfer my YouTube skills to anything else. This is a hobby, and it's always going to be. But the point is that what happens when that financial stress hits is exactly what's happening to Matt. You can see it pure as day. The desperation, the severe lack of quality content because you're not passionate about it anymore. You're trying to save your life. You're desperate, and I would feel bad. For a young YouTuber, for different circumstances, I would feel bad because it's something I absolutely understand on a psychological and emotional level as a human being. But you fucked it up, dude. You're old enough that there's just no excuse. So, like, I want to be sympathetic because I think I'm a relatively understanding person. But, dude, like, and now that financial stress is going to inform the rest of his failure. You know, you start flagging people because they made you mad on the internet. There's something else going on there, right?
Dude,
And that's what I think it is.
Honestly, though, I feel like like if I wanted to, and it was my life goal. It's ever since I was a kid listening to old radio. I love listening to old radio shows.
I did too.
It was my goal to be in some form of broadcasting.
I wanted to be on radio.
And I was influenced by people, of course. But I think that if I kicked the door open to something, I would probably be able to work at some radio station doing nights, making 13 grand a year.
You might be able to turn it around into and I think you have a voice for it too.
Yeah,
you might
as
be
long
able
as
to turn
they
it
didn't
around.
take any pictures of you ever, because that would just ruin the station.
Actually, that'd be good. They'd be like, wow, this guy really has a face for radio.
And I suppose that would be true that could be true for Monday Matt as well.
I don't think so, because all he does is read news.
Yeah, there's a job there at least. It's not maybe a great one.
Okay, like if we're going to
There's
go the
definitely
voice
a
route,
job there.
Monday Matt doesn't have a great voice.
Not a radio voice having guy.
Just,
I could see it working out. Not a maybe not
I
a
can fall
notable
back
radio
on being
host.
English.
Yeah, you just are English, and that's marketable.
I can't do it. I've always wanted to do it, but I've never felt that I could do it. I have a speech impediment. I think I
Your
have to
voice
work
is
really-
incredibly whiny.
I do have a whiny
Ugly.
voice.
No one
And
likes you.
No, I know.
You're
The
just
first part
terrible
actually is
human
everything
being.
else you said was completely false.
I
but-
was literally going to say you would probably suit like a conspiratory radio station.
Yeah,
shit,
Well,
yeah.
and oh, that would be so fun. But
That would just. Yeah,
I also-
they've been
there's
putting
another part of
cats
this.
in
There's
the
an-
water. There's
there's
cats
another
in the
part of-
drinking water. That's how you sound to me.
Dude, you know who I've been on a kick of the past few days, and people just seem to hate the dude, but I don't get it. Is Jimmy Dore? I have been just
Jimmy Dwyer, right?
no,
Is it
Dore?
Dwyer or Dore?
Jimmy Dore.
I think I understand
Oh,
what you're
is
saying. You probably
that
watched
the
the
Young
Joe
Turks
Rogan
guy?
stuff.
I it started with Joe, and then I started watching his shit. I think that guy's pretty good.
He says some really. What I don't understand is, and I don't agree with everything he says on Joe Rogan, but the stuff he says on the Young Turks that I remember hating him for, not hating, but being like, that guy's a fucking retard. They're not transferring over to the Joe Rogan clips I've seen recently, and I agree. I kind of like him.
Yeah, no, his Young Turk. If you just take his Young Turk stuff and chuck it out the window, and you just watch him, it's good.
Yeah.
Are we
yeah,
getting back to the fucking Steve Shives can do good work thing again?
Well, that he can,
Yeah,
he could.
Yeah, and that's what
he
we said.
can. His Star Trek stuff is
capable.
good as a Star Trek fan.
I've never watched Star Trek, so I can't comment on that.
Oh,
But
you're such a.
to say that Steve Shives isn't able to do things with talent would be a lie. He's just
Yeah.
an idiot.
Yeah,
He's just an idiot.
I feel yeah, and like for me though, I mean, YouTube has always been. I'm fulfilling a childhoodish kind of fantasy in a way. Like you said, I've always wanted to do this. I used to make little TV shows on my little recorder, right?
Oh my god, I did the same thing.
I did the same. I would have.
Okay, so suicide pack time.
I would.
I think
ready?
I think this is very common because every
Let-
time I say that
let
to a
me
YouTuber, they say
bump up the
they say
cringe.
Yeah.
Let me bump up the cringe a little bit.
it.
My aunt gave me this old cassette recorder, and I would talk into it, and then I would make my grandma play it in the car when she drove me to school.
I would listen to it back. Yeah,
Yes, I would.
but I hid mine from my parents because they were.
Yeah, I
pretty-
don't remember ever
I was saying
sharing it
things I
with
shouldn't have said.
anyone ever.
You're like,
See, that shows confidence in that track.
I was
Sanity.
I always worked blue. My
you like peek out your door and you like,
Welcome to the radio show. It turns out my mum's a cunt.
this bitch and her fucking cooking.
yeah,
She can't cook pizza for shit.
it's like I've always wanted to do it, but I grew up learning about it because I always was really fascinated with radio and everything. The more I learned about it, the more I knew I didn't want to
Okay,
do that job.
so how many plays did you two do at school?
0.
Oh, I did do. I did.
I was a play kid. I guess
I hated doing plays.
I've had a number of people tell me, like, even in recent times, that I'm like good looking, which is confusing. Even though I'm fat as fuck as well.
You're a good looking guy.
That's weird.
But look, but that's the thing. I'm fat too, and I'm good looking, so it works.
I'm hotter than both of you guys.
You know, Barry yelled at me the other day. How are you gonna
I
call
knew
me
there was a
fat?
reason I liked you.
There's a
Funny.
There's a title for a show there.
I called Bear fat the other day. He's like, "Have you seen you?" I was like, "Yeah, I got eyes, motherfucker. My eyeballs work. You fat fuck. Shut up."
Do you know, Bear? He
I don't got that
amuses
Russian doll look.
The look of Bear. He either goes from supermodel to fucking evil Eastern European thug who kills people. You look at his fucking thumbnails where it's his face. He either looks really good looking or fucking terrifying.
He either looks fantastic or like somebody
School
let
shooter.
him out of a school shooter, because he could pass for white maybe sometimes, but then he's got the tribal tattoo, so it's like, ugh. What are you, part of the white guy tribe?
I really rock the
That kind of
homeless
white guy.
person look though. I rock that homeless person look, and I'm fine.
You
with
do.
that.
You, if I saw you, I would be like, come on, let me get you.
Vietnam
Yeah, but you
vet.
look like a homeless person who secretly has superpowers.
I kind of there,
Like
there is
Hancock.
There is something to that I'll
Dick, the superhero.
breaking news. I used to wear this big green fucking Vietnam vet type looking jacket
Oh my god.
just because when I sat at the bar, I didn't want anybody to talk to me.
Oh, so you just wanted to look like the fucking crazy
And if
guy.
anybody did talk to you, all you had to say was you weren't there, man. Just calm.
I was like, this jacket's gonna be great. Nobody's
You
gonna
weren't
fuck with me
there,
on
man.
You know what you have? You got to start quoting Platoon and just hope they don't know the movie.
Yes, God.
I mean,
didn't think of that.
This
I'm
is
actually,
the man who used to steal beer off of homeless people. So, I mean,
I did. Oh, did I tell you that story?
yeah, a
I used to-
number of times.
I used to go. Yeah, when I was 17, I was fascinated with. It was all out of altruism at first, right? And then I was.
This
I
is
was
altruistic. Give me
No,
your beer.
well, the reason I went down there is like I want to live the life of a really rough and gruff person and know their experiences, all that gay
That's
shit.
still not altruistic.
And then I learned that I fucking hate. Like I learned that they're like the worst people on earth.
There's
Like,
a
I
reason
saw
they're
shit.
homeless.
Dude, yeah.
It's a reason.
Nobody likes them.
They are
I-
terrible.
I was,
I was
listening-
homeless for a year. I never slept on the street once because people liked me.
Too many homeless people.
That's the thing, man, and it fucked me out because I was listening to old Opie and Anthony clips, and they were bringing homeless guys in, and this one homeless guy, Patrice O'Neill, the comedian, was on there, and he's just staring at this homeless dude, and he gets on the mic, he's like, "This guy scares me because he is completely fucking normal,
Yeah.
and he's homeless." So that makes me worried that I could be that. At
Oh,
some
you
point.
could be.
That might
And
just
that's
be
kind
his
of what it-
first day.
That's what you know. What that's why I would do this. Though it was all centered around the idea that I was going to be nothing. I had this idea when I was 17 that nothing was going to come of my life, and I was really like fatalistic, which I'm happy I had early because some people, like Monday
Are doing
Night,
it now.
are probably coming to that a little late.
There's a lot of people you could see are going through that phase right now.
I mean, they just tell you fear is a wonderful thing and you need to use it. And I was terrified. So I went over there and I learned that I hated it and I never wanted to be homeless. And then I learned also that I could get free beer off of people who can't afford beer. So it turned into me being all this altruistic, hippy dippy fucking leftist idiot to me basically stealing beer from people who don't have houses.
Dude,
You were the ultimate conservative.
do you give
And,
money to
being a
homeless
little bit pissy about it because it was like natty ice. And I was like, I don't like
What is this?
I don't like this.
Ugh,
Homeless
piss
guy.
water.
And then
Do
I
you give
learned-
money to
You
homeless
just
people?
throw the beer as far as it'll go.
Do you give
Including
money to
the
homeless people?
six-pack he gave you.
Any of you? Maybe?
I don't give money to homeless people, but if they ask me to buy them something cheap, a lot of times I will.
I'll give
If
money.
somebody
to homeless people.
asked me for a bag of chips the other day, and I bought them a bag of chips because I'm like, I appreciate that you're just asking for what you want. And if they ask me for beer, I have done that. I
Yeah,
don't like doing it because beer's a little pricey, but I'm cheap as fuck.
Well, it's
I-
better than
I'll
buying
give
them, giving them money and then them spending it on actual drugs. Because
I don't give a shit if they spend it on drugs. I just don't
I
want to
don't-
give them my money.
I'll give a homeless man $20 if he tells me he's going to spend it on drugs and doesn't. lie
I
to
wouldn't.
me.
Give
Yeah,
it-
exactly. I would appreciate the honesty.
I'm like, what are you doing with this money? He's like, I'm going to get food. I'm like, fuck yourself. But if he's like, I'm getting beer, I'm like, here you go, man.
And if you ask me for
You're
food, it's
homeless,
like,
drink.
yeah.
That
Dude,
just
why do
reminds-
we say homeless people shouldn't drink? They're
That just
homeless.
reminds me of
Let
my
them
dad.
It
try.
is the only thing I would do.
My dad is so warped. Like, he refuses to give homeless men any money, but if it's a homeless woman, he'll give them money because they won't spend it on drugs. That's what he told me.
Oh, there will.
Right,
I was like, oh, yeah,
I
they
think
will.
your dad's trying to get BJ's from homeless women.
probably. He's a very lonely, man.
20.
funny.
You see, that's one of the 100. You like, go over there, surf my dick.
I remember being in a McDonald's really late at night, and this woman who claimed to be homeless walked in and was like trying to get free burgers, and I lived on my own, and I was like, she was a bit weird. Like I actually wanted to like let her sleep on my couch, but then I thought that's just fucking weird, and then I didn't. And
Yeah,
I don't know how I feel about that. Like, was that me being a cunt? Was that me being good? I don't fucking know.
You were just trying to see what her asshole smelled like.
God, no,
hitchhikers.
she wasn't attractive.
What I won't do is hitchhikers ever
Dude,
again.
Oh no,
made that
hitchhikers
mistake.
never.
I made that mistake
Hitchhikers
once
sound
in my
scary.
What happened? What happened?
life. No, honestly, it
Too
wasn't
many
that bad.
blowjobs, and he's sick of giving blowjobs now.
it was a woman who was
Rules of the road.
it was a woman who was like, just skin damaged. Probably aged her like they're 20 years older than she really was.
I thought you meant you aged her from your conversation.
And there's
such
honestly,
a miserable bastard.
There's not a real story here. She would awkwardly tell me I had beautiful eyes in a way that felt
rapey.
Like I've never touched a man. I haven't touched a man in 40 years, and you're the first one that I want to just
Me like
grab.
you
I want to touch your eyes.
That apart from the fact she wouldn't shut up about her horrific life. I don't remember anything about it. It was just a standard. Everything is happening to me.
Every awful thing you can imagine. It
When was
probably
the last
happened to
time?
her, and it's probably true.
No, but it happened to her. She had nothing to do with it. It's just a bad luck.
When was the last time you ever heard a woman take responsibility for anything?
To caveat that little bit of misogyny, you patriarchal piece of shit.
But notice you can't name a time.
True, but homeless men do the same fucking thing.
Oh, they do.
Yeah,
It's
mostly just people.
the whole world did this to me. Surely my choices had nothing to do with it, and it gets tired really quick.
It's very easy to
I'm
say,
just really happy that I got like 17 years old. I got that all out of the way, and I was like, okay, I understand the world now. I'm out.
I hope that I'm at least 2 houses and 4 couches away from home, like sleeping on the streets. That's where I think I'm at now.
You what? I'm sorry.
2 houses and 4 couches. Like, I could sleep in 2 separate houses if one disappeared. You have a plan. Yeah, you have a plan for homelessness. Yeah, I that's one of my fuck it plans.
Well, I mean, I don't like talking about this, but I am gonna have an inheritance soon. So,
oh, hey Ed, what's up, Ed?
I've ever told you how much I like you.
It feels so negative too, because but there is a fallback plan, because realistically, it's gonna be within the decade anyway. I mean, that's a very generous. It's a very generous number.
As a
I don't
grown-up,
think it'll
if
be
I
that
got
long.
like, I don't know, inheritance of like 5k, at this point it would just like go into some sort of boring account.
Yes, that's how I do things. Fuck you, and it's smart. I'm smart.
That's how
Why
I
did you
noticed.
fuck me? I'm doing the same thing. You idiot.
I thought you were giving me shit for all like getting money and then putting it away.
No, that's
I
how
literally
noticed
said that's what I
Excessively.
do. You fucking spacko.
That's how I
listen,
noticed I'm not a fucking immature person anymore, because the thought of spending money like I'm nigger rich just disappeared.
This
Like,
is exactly
I
what
gotta
I'm
save
talking
this.
about, though. This is exactly what I'm talking about with Mundane Matt. I can't have sympathy for him, specifically because that fear is something that you're meant to learn earlier. Like it, and the reason I'm secure is because I'm terrified. Or I was initially terrified. I'm not scared now, but I don't want to feel that fear, So like that fear is a good motivator. You need to embrace that and use it. And I just get the sense that he's just a child.
I feel like I'm in a safe space and I can tell this story. I was listening to
It's not safe. You're a faggot.
No, you might call me a faggot at the end of it, but I was listening.
Called you a
to,
faggot at the start of it.
You might mean it by the end of it. I was listening to this.
Listen to this motherfucker pretending that I don't mean it.
Oh, shut up!
You know the shit I give you. None of that is fake.
I'm listening to them interviewing this homeless guy, and this one guy's like, "I can play guitar," and everyone's like, "Bullshit!" And they hand him a guitar, and he played
really badly.
No, it was phenomenal. It was an amazing adaptation of Radiohead.
Oh, I saw that.
And
I saw that video. Homeless.
Mustard.
Mustard,
and
yeah. I saw that video. You know what's funny? I saw that like the other day too.
It choked me up a little bit.
It was
I'm
really good.
There was so much emotion in that moment where you could really
emotion. It's like really the difference between like a pop star and fucking Tom Waits, right? Like you feel something there, even though it might not be the most angelic voice in the world, but there's a purpose to it.
Yeah,
and it's a good voice, but there's purpose to it.
And it's like this extremely like this guy's more talented.
Cough, gay cough.
This
Whatever,
guy's
man. We know what music is supposed to
be. You have OB. You know what? I might be able to play it on my end. Hold on. You won't get hit for it or anything because it's some homeless guy singing. Let me see if I can pull it up.
Well, the algorithm's so fucked up.
He is
Radiohead.
No, this didn't sound nothing like Radiohead.
I kind of just don't want to hear it like it come through shittily.
No, I got a sound pad, so everything comes through pretty good. Like, give me
Watch it come through terribly, and I have to mute him and kick him.
No, don't do that. I gotta pull the clip. Hold on 1 second. But no,
I'm sure it's amazing. I mean, the thing is, we live on the internet, and you get shown so many amazing things now that you go, "Oh, I'm a little bit sick of him." Like the amount of fucking opera singers who turn up on Britain's Got Talent, and I'm like, okay, that is impressive. Don't care.
it choked me up just a little bit because it's like this talent is being squandered.
Yeah, I've heard. It is something special. It's one of those.
It does speak to the ability of someone, even a talented person, to make terrible fucking choices.
I don't know.
Well,
I don't know what his story is.
Because I listened to the story.
You assume that they weren't great choices.
What's the story?
His story was that his wife left him for a woman, and she tried to like offer him a place to live and do this shit, and he turned it down. But when he was a completely sober person until he was homeless, then he became a non-functioning alcoholic after he became homeless.
Yeah.
Let me play this.
I feel for that a little bit.
Now, Mustard, do you do any covers?
Yeah.
What do you do? Maybe hold on. What do you want to do?
You'll recognize this.
Okay.
Is that coming through okay?
Yes,
I
it's
can
coming through.
Mustard.
It's got this
Straight
bag
hand
of
of my
biscuits.
I think we know this
Oh,
one.
shit.
I want to hear this interpretation.
This video has been flagged for copyright infringement.
Could look you in the eyes. You flow like a feather. And your skin it make me cry. You're just like an angel.
All right,
In this
we got the gist.
Yeah, that's enough. Yeah.
I don't know. I know quite a few people who sing just like that, so maybe.
You're so
I
paranoid.
think it's.
now
I
you
think it
can
just
listen to
touched
me.
me weird. I think it
Now
just
you can
touched
listen
me.
to me. It touched you weird.
Oh, yeah, but
Okay, you can stop playing fucking music now, you little fag.
It's got a ukulele.
I don't care.
I like it. I like it a lot. I'm really happy.
I do.
People call me. People just call me a faggot, but I don't care.
Like I get.
I think it's great. I think it's a great little instrument.
Oh yeah, you play the. I forgot you played the ukulele.
That was me just now fucking with it.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, I thought it was
one-
Sinatra being a dick.
No, I'm hoping one day I get decent enough to
Is this
actually.
one of your other fuck it plans?
Yeah, my other fucking
the
plan is
main
to get
fucking
game.
plan is to become a ukulele rock star.
I think the fatter I get, the smaller my instrument has to get, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Oh yeah, are you still getting fatty? Have you started losing some of that?
I've sort of plateaued.
You're plateaued in
You-
fatness.
Very
Good
much
mountain reference. I'll be.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not gonna let that one go.
Okay. I'm doing okay. I don't know. Not a lot's changed. I cannot give up beer, man. It's so.
I know. It's like drinking a loaf of bread.
Yeah, and I don't drink to get drunk anymore. Really, I kind of just miss beer. I was telling Sarah Sick earlier, like I had to start drinking light beer.
I drink Coors Light.
You know what? I've been picking that up.
That's
Actually,
my
I used to.
favorite.
I
it
used
goes
to drink
down-
that before the headache.
I get heartburn now, and it's like I want to drink my heavy lagers, but I can't really do it anymore.
Dude, they make me feel full. I don't want to feel full when
I
I'm
thought you were.
drinking.
It makes me
used to
feel
like that.
fit.
I used
I
to
feel
like that.
so fit. I'm ugly. Leave me alone.
I've noticed when I eat bread, like if I eat a big sandwich or something, I just feel like dog ass afterwards.
Yeah. Hey, Hikaru, if you want a ukulele, just get them. They're cheap as fuck. That's the reason I did it
Like
instead
$10.
of guitar.
Yeah.
Well, no, don't do that. do
Don't
that.
buy a $10 one. Terrible.
Buy a
You can get a decent one for
$15 one.
$60 is where you want to, like around that range.
But can you do the over the rainbow yet?
The prices you're doing, I didn't even try that.
Can you do when I'm cleaning windows? Because that's.
Can you play?
You know what?
Play Freebird.
I can't do that either. There's one song I like.
Who is that?
song. I like Eddie Vedder a lot.
Eddie Vedder's good.
There's only one
Playing
ukulele.
Windows?
He has that album Ukulele Songs,
George Foreman.
and there's only one I can play.
Do you know about George Formby?
No, I don't
George
know.
Thornby?
You need to look up George Formby if you're doing ukulele.
What
He
is
is-
it? George Thornby?
George Formby.
Formby? F-O-R?
He did the song "When I'm Cleaning Windows." It's like a properly
That's the first one that popped up.
yeah.
It's great.
It's incredibly
It's just the
ukulele.
guy that does tiptoe through the window, by the window.
No, I don't think it's him.
He's not got a high pitched voice. He's got
I disagree.
a voice that's a bit like this because he's really fucking northern. I just realised I was doing that to the Cantina theme.
I have 2 ukuleles. One of them is just an Amazon one for my starter for $60. They're apparently not the best quality, but I don't really get it. It seems fine to me. It's a Hurricane. And I bought another one
Here
that's
I am,
This is
ukulele like a hurricane.
it's a concert ukulele, so it's not as like the tiny one, but it's small enough that I look huge in front of it. But then I got a tenor that's somewhere between ukulele and guitar size, and that's the one I like the most. And that one was like $200. I paid for it on.
It's almost like the bigger it gets, the more it costs.
Well,
Son of a bitch.
it's a Kala too, and those are quality too. This is just kind of generic.
I just wanted my brother's Takamine guitar because it's the most beautiful
Oh,
thing I've
I
ever
did
seen.
learn
Oh, yeah.
the first part of the Queer Kid stuff song.
I have a question for you guys.
What?
We were talking about this the other day on Ghost Poo, and I wonder if you guys will have an answer for this.
I have the answer for everything. I'm
who
a
would you put in
spiritual
your-
leader.
top 3 stand-up comedians?
Probably Ricky Gervais
George
would be in
Carlin's in
there.
the top 3.
You think Gervais?
Huh?
Carlin,
Carlin
I
is
don't know about Bill Burr. I like Bill Burr a lot, but
I love Bill Burr. I think he might actually be on that list.
Yeah,
It's
I
a
think-
hard list to do.
but-
Carlin's the only one I know for absolute certainty.
it seems like Carlin and Pryor are on everyone's 1 and 2. And then the third one's just up for
I haven't
debate.
got pride
Louis
because I'm a
CK.
massive fucking racist.
Louis Pryor. I like Pryor.
I like him.
Louis C.K.'s one that's named a lot. Norm Macdonald was thrown around. Bill Hicks and Don Rickles.
I like Jim Gaffigan.
Bill Bailey.
Bill Bailey.
Yeah,
What?
Bill Bailey's
Bill
good.
Bailey is fucking amazing.
I miss Bill Hicks.
He's better.
I miss
Bill
that
Bailey's
kind
better.
of comedy too. That kind of comedy is just gone. Sam Kinison.
Kinnison
on
is
that.
fantastic.
Do
So
either
I
of you
don't
know
know.
who Bill Bailey is?
He
I
I
like
don't-
Bill Burr though.
If
Yeah.
if you like instruments, Bill Bailey can play basically everything.
All right, nah, I'm good.
I
But he's
actually
also
love-
fucking hysterical.
People always compare me to him. I love Zach Galifianakis' stand-up routine.
I cannot. He is so fucking awkward.
You either hate him
That's
or
the
you
point.
You either hate him or you love him.
I
fucking absolutely love what he does on
But
stand.
you know, it's not
I
because he's awkward.
really
that I
love Between Two Ferns, and I hate it, and yet I will not stop watching it all the way.
It's not
through.
because he's awkward that I don't like him. Because I love Norm Macdonald. He's fucking hilarious, and I love the Eric Andre show.
I'm gonna guess what you don't like
James
about him.
Blunt.
Tell me. His routine has no structure.
No, I feel like he doesn't think it's worth talking about.
It's like the fact that you're on the list.
That might be true because
I didn't even think of that. Someone put me on their list.
Oh,
What
He
a
does strike
fucking
me as-
liar.
he strikes me as somebody who, like Ricky Gervais. Ricky Gervais was never a stand-up comedian, decided to become one.
Well, that's the thing as well. Like
Gervais
comedian
is
doesn't.
hilarious.
I like
I wonder if
people with
Galifianakis,
fucking breadth.
even though he was a stand-up, it feels like he was always geared more towards comedic acting, though.
Yeah, I think that's it too. Because he was good in.
But I still love the set.
Big Money Salvia. I really like internet comment etiquette. That shit is fucking hysterical.
In the Ghost Boo yesterday, it was me, Drunkle, and Bear, and we asked this question, and someone was
Really? In that one show where it's always you three were
Someone-
there. I'm fucking astounded.
somebody said that their list would be Drunken Uncle, Sinatra Says, and like some other YouTuber, and Bear was like, "Hey,
Yeah, I know, because you're not funny at all.
Expand your horizons, people. Get off of YouTube for 5 fucking minutes. Jesus Christ. We're losers. But like,
I don't watch TV anymore.
Just saw your Miles Power video. Boy, do you chat shite, mate. Yeah, welcome to the channel. What?
Yeah, what?
what does that mean?
What?
I think someone's not happy with me.
Why? Fuck you. Eat shit.
Either that or they're just having an accurate...
Expand your vaginas.
expand your vaginas.
Did you guys hear about the fucking Patreon incident I had?
What was your Patreon incident?
Probably didn't care.
No,
You're
this
such an
guy,
ass.
I am.
this dude must have been drunk or something. He came into the Ghost Poo chat, and he's like, how come you guys aren't talking about Warhammer 40K?
Because we don't talk about it. We don't talk about that game.
Why the fuck would we? He's like, it's the name of the stream. I'm like, the name of the stream is Whammons 40K Ghost Poo. Whammons period 40K Ghost Poo. And he was like, well, give me my Patreon money back.
Wait a minute, he signed up for Patreon because of a title of a video?
Of
No.
fucking one
He
random
was a
stream?
patron. He
How
was a
drunk
patron.
was he?
But he lied. He said he was a $10 a month patron, but it turned out he stopped patroning me 4 months ago, and he was only a $5 a month patron. So he was trying to get $90 out of me when he really only supported the channel for like 6 months.
There's
And
no
if-
fucking refunds. There's no Patreon refunds.
Unless you're asking for it on
Never.
the fucking point of exit, you don't come back 6 months later and go, actually, I've decided that I want that money back because I need it.
Because you're not talking about Warhammer.
Like, yeah. Like, I can kind of get it. Like, I'd refund someone if they fucking hated me now. And I'm like, whatever. Okay, fine, go away.
Yeah,
But if you come back
shove
6
it up
months
your
after
ass.
the fact, no, fuck off. You're just taking the piss. Why are you even here if you were that upset at the time?
Exactly. But then someone was like, it sounds just like he was trying to scam you out of money.
Yeah. Or he was just
sounds-
really, really drunk. Maybe he thought he was someone else.
Yeah, it feels more like a drunk thing.
Yeah.
Because none of that makes sense. And the idea that I'd give you your Patreon.
He probably thought it was a good idea at the time.
He probably thought,
Because
he's
he
like,
was
yeah, that'll
drunk.
show him. She wasn't expecting me just to be like, go fuck yourself.
All right, we are coming up on 3 fucking hours, and we should probably go to bed. What? I
can
don't
do
need to
that.
go
I
to
can do
bed,
this.
Ma.
I could do this for hours and hours and hours.
I mean, I could leave this up.
No.
You just let us
Ruin your channel.
Dude,
I already let you on the channel. How much worse are you going to make it? Fuck.
Sinatra would immediately screen share. Oh, that wouldn't work though, would it?
Nope.
Yeah, but I got the audio
Never
feed, so
mind.
I'll just start playing like
Just copyright
Michael
music.
Jackson
Yeah, I
music.
guess. Or just
Play-
a
play
thing
some
that says
Monday
Alex
Madness.
Jones is good over and over and over again.
That'll get you hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, just play fucking Monday and Matt videos. It'll happen.
Have you
Oh
guys?
no,
did you guys get into
that
the-
will just destroy the channel. It won't
Did you
need
guys get into the
YouTube.
Alex Jones thing?
Lol.
We talked a little bit about Alex Jones.
Yeah, how we're
'cause,
not allowed to
Kristen
talk about
works for
Alex
one.
Jones.
I mentioned that Kristen works for one of the companies of that banned him. I'm trying to be vague, but there's no real doxing capability here, so I'm fine with it. She works for one of the companies, and she got a call from somebody who was like, she was like, "Hey, can I help you today?" And he's like, "Yeah, can you bring back free speech to your platform, please?" And he was just like, "Where's the fucking free speech? Fucking what you guys?" It's basically just to yell at some random fucking tech
Or
support
woman.
person,
It doesn't have
Yeah,
anything
some-
to do with anything.
random tech support person about Alex Jones being banned from that product.
Yeah, that's not bringing the. But we're not sending our best.
That shit is funny.
And
Yeah.
he's like, the funniest part was like, I prefer to be anonymous or whatever. Trace the call. He's got an account. He's got all of his information right there. But he's pulling that I'm off the grid kind of bullshit. It's just, oh,
You
man.
know, there's only one person who actually went off the grid, and it was fucking what's his name? He had Jesse Ventura. He lives on like a compound in New Mexico.
There's lots of people who've gone off the grid, as it were. It's just who the fuck wants to? I like games.
They roped
and
you
the
in.
internet.
They roped you in. That's how everybody knows you're a fucking
part of the grid.
Back in with
You're
the
contributing
pod.
to the downfall of society.
You fucking Russian spy.
It's aluminum and barium.
Yeah. Which part of the pedophile ring are you in, Sir Sick?
Your Pizzagate.
The Pizzagate
The
ring.
one where we don't fuck kids.
One thing you need to know about liberals is half of them seem to want to fuck your kids.
They're making child molesters. Joe, that's what you don't understand.
I'm not being disingenuous. They just want to fuck your kids.
They just want to fuck your kids. They all just want to fuck your kids. But you know what's fucked up?
So conservative.
Some of them literally fucked kids.
Hey, it happens. You can't expect.
Shirley Temple and Judy Garland have stories of being sexually abused.
Yeah. I mean, it's pervasive. Well, see, that's the thing, though. It's pervasive in society on a level we don't want to believe.
I think it's just because they're all Jews.
I don't think
God
Hollywood.
damn it.
I don't. Yeah.
We are not having discussions about directed energy weapons.
Also, Highlander. Yeah. It's not so much Hollywood. I think is it just the human race is full of shit. Just
There's a Carlin put it best, and you can twist it a little bit. You know, he said, "Think about how stupid the average person is, and most people are dumber than that."
Yeah.
And now, just think about how much of a shitbag the average person is, and most people are missing that.
That's true.
I mean, I'm sat with two of them right here.
Fuck.
I think we're great.
Anyway,
I don't fuck kids, but I'm a hunk of shit in several other ways.
it's time for bed. So on that epic fucking note, I will say, good night, dog bless, and may your God go with you.
Bye.
Or not.
Give money to Sir Sick.
Give
That's
money to
true.
me.
Bye.